I messed up the opener, but let's just let it play through. Haha. Come on, you like to waste your money, just use that link and help out the channel. You know you like to bet. I bet most people have actually tried to use that link, but they're actually already subscribed to BetUS, so it doesn't work, and that's probably why it looks like nobody's helping out the channel with that, because I know I don't like to bet. I don't know if you guys do, but I know PJ doesn't.
Well,
I apologize.
if I was a betting man, I'd be broke right now.
I apologize. That was the wrong opener. Tonight is the All 22, not the Bears Country podcast, which is coming up 2 nights from now. So, all this automated stuff, got to get used to it.
That's right.
New stuff here in StreamYard. So, guys, J2K, Sammo, PJ, how are you guys tonight?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I want to give a shout out to Bearski, Chad, and Mr. Mayhem. Thank you guys for joining us. But yes, glad to be here. Sammo?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. Thanks for the invite yet again. Looking forward to breaking down this. This was a bad game, man. Looking forward to breaking it down. No, this was an ugly one. I don't even call it bad. This was the ugly. We'll get through it.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome back. Yes, it was an ugly game yet again. This one's a tough one. See, Sammo's got his jersey on backwards.
I'm about to join you in a minute, my friend. Sorry about that. I was my bad. I'm off tonight.
It's a rough one, but we got a lot to get into. There is, some good. Caleb and Rome finally connected a little bit more. At least we're not looking at 2 busts of a draft picks, right? So there's a little bit of a silver lining there. We'll get into all the nitty gritty, and I got some new opinions now that we've seen a Thomas Brown led team. Not to get too into it, but while I'm not out on him as a good coach, I got some opinions on the direction we'll go, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Okay.
I'll just give my last input with just saying, I try to have hope. Everyone likes a happy Dan, a happy Shorty. Nobody likes negative Shorty. But I mean, seriously, we got the only hope we have, guys, is Thomas Brown. It really is. We can't go through this coaching cycle again. I'll say it again and again and again. We can't do this with the McCaskies and now Warren. Think about this. If we were just 1 year off of Ted Phillips retiring, he might have been the guy that actually said, "Fuck it, let's just get Jim Harbaugh." And instead of getting the wrong guy that specifically hates Harbaugh. Thank you, PJ. I need that. Why, guys? Ryan Poles has 1 year left on his deal. So they're gonna bring in another coach. Be with a lame duck general manager.
Well, now there's reports that maybe we pair a head coach and a general manager together. Maybe this is. The last we see of Ryan
Poles. Has Poles really been that bad, or has his plan always been to this point to get to now it's offensive line? I mean, I think it would be this draft, it's offensive and defensive line. I know we built it the wrong way, but
he's been bad, man. I think we gave Poles a lot more credit than he probably deserves. Just looking at it in hindsight right now, if you go back and look at 2023's draft, man. Just that draft alone last year, not this past draft, but the year before that, we got Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
And who else? Who else do we have that we're using?
Stevenson and
we got Stevenson,
Dexter,
Roshan Johnson.
Stevenson, we got Dexter,
Pickens,
and then what?
Tyler Scott.
Tyler
Yeah.
Scott is no show. Roshan can't stay on the field. Tyler Scott, Pickens, he's
Noah Sewell.
hasn't lived up to any expectation. Noah Sewell was just a waste of a pick.
Travis
You
Bell.
know who we could have had for Noah Sewell? You know who we could have drafted when we drafted
Trey
Noah Sewell? We could have had Puka Nacua.
Oh, right.
Because Puka Nacua was the final pick in the 5th round. We drafted Noah Sewell in the 5th round. Well, we didn't need a linebacker. When the linebacker, he had no chance of making the field. And this was the year where we were coaching the Senior Bowl when Puka Nacua went off in the Senior Bowl, put his name on the map. I don't know what we're doing with our evaluation. I just don't know.
Dropping his dick on the table with a punter in the 4th round.
Yep, that.
Yeah,
it's just.
Well, not to pat myself on the back, but when Poles first started the acquisitions, the free agents, and the drafts, I was like, what's the plan here? Why are we building outside in? And the response was trust in Poles. Poles got this. I believe in Poles.
Wait, we coined that shit.
Everybody coined something because everybody. But I was like, where's the resume? Why are we just blindly accepting that Poles is the next great general manager? There's no resume here. Like, let's at least wait until there was a resume. And then as the picks and acquisitions come in, I'm like, we're ignoring the D line. We're ignoring the offensive line. Trust in Poles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I personally think that he dropped the ball. When I say he dropped the ball, he really dropped the ball when it comes to how he handled last year, in my opinion. This last year. I know for those of you know I'm a fanboy of Justin, whatever. Point being, team was building. Once he got rid of Justin, the clock started, in my opinion, on him and what he does next. So now you get a guy who you say doesn't measure up. What's your next move? Now, Eberflus ain't cutting the mustard. You got to go. Now, Poles, you're not cutting the mustard. It's time for you to go too because you started that clock. Had you been smart enough, like the Detroit Lions, because things wasn't working for them great when they first got Campbell either, but they took it slow instead of getting rid of Goff. No, we just going to keep on building this team around him and then see where it goes. That's what we should have did, because if we would have built this team up, no matter how the quarterback playing, we still would have been in a good position. But because we didn't, we got holes everywhere and they pointing fingers everywhere, and that's why we are where we are. And he shot himself in the foot for that reason. He shot himself in that foot, and now it's like, okay, now my job is on the line.
You know where he shot himself in the foot, though, was I know what you're saying, and I promise you I can agree with you on to a certain point on that. But then you get into another offensive coordinator for Justin again. I that's where you lost me. Like Getsy, listen, we are all fucking human. This is his first time as an offensive coordinator, and you're just going to shit on him. Getsy was better than this offensive coordinator that we have right now.
Well, we're already on our second offensive. We were the third offensive coordinator for Caleb already.
Getsy looked better last year than anyone has looked this year coordinating this offense. I think we can all agree on that, right? So we all jumped to conclusions with Getsy rather than, this is what I was saying last year. Like, we just invest. And if you are going to keep Justin, you invest and you keep Getsy and you have them build together. Shit doesn't happen overnight. Offenses take off in year 3, not year 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. And so you're right. We can definitely sit and talk about all that. We've done all that before.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about Bobby Slowick in Houston Texans with DeMeco Ryan? First year head coach, first year offensive coordinator, rookie quarterback. They make
took off right away. Same thing is happening in Washington right now. In Washington. So And in Denver,
but it's
about
it's all flash in the pan stuff though. Like Houston has been humbled a little bit this year. Washington is it's year one. Like, let's see how they look in year 5. Like, they could be on their third offensive coordinator or coach too.
Well, why are we accepting that this is a 4-year rebuild?
I agree.
When other teams do, turn around their success, and look at Denver and how cap strapped they were. So many bad picks, trading away picks for Russell Wilson. And Sean Payton just flips that team right around.
Well, because that's playing into the other side of it, right? The people that wanted the haul, like PJ. Because
even without the haul, we could have done a lot more this year. I don't think so. Like, we were gifted another first pick, and although I'm in love with Justin Fields too, I would have loved the idea of keeping Justin and getting the haul. But I feel like he did make the right decision and resetting the clock and getting a good rookie quarterback, especially seeing what Caleb Williams is doing right now with this bad offense.
I agree.
The problem is everything he did outside of that. He decided to bring back Matt Eberflus, which was a gamble, which could lead to a wasted year for Caleb. And like you said, it takes a few years for an offense to gel. So now we're on the third offensive coordinator this year. He's going to be on his 4th next year. It's going to take him a year or 2 to master whoever comes in. And then at that point in time, it's time for Caleb to get a new contract. So we missed that rookie window by gambling. And then you don't protect this franchise quarterback. You decide to bring him in, you get him weapons, but you don't protect him. And then you bring back an offensive line coach who hasn't developed any of the players that you brought in before. You wanted to go gamble and bring in these bargain bin players. He didn't develop not one single good player. Not one player is playing above average. Maybe we'll say that they play average at best when they're playing well, but no player that he's brought in on the offensive line has played above average, or that he's coached has played above average. So
they're on their ass a lot more than they should be.
It's like he's rolling dice after dice, and he's crapping out now. Now we're just noticing he's crapping out. Now I hear Bearsky saying, it's hindsight now, but that's what he's paid to have foresight. Yes, that's what happens when. That's how GMs get fired. Yes, you can go and pick through every GM's draft picks and say, he missed here, he missed there, he missed here. But you're paid to have hindsight. You're paid to have players come in and have a plan for these players, some type of plan for these players, right? Like some of the guys he's bringing in, we don't know what the plan was for them. Like we brought Jonathan Owens in and he sat behind Hicks until Hicks got hurt. Like, why do we pay him $5 million then? Like, what are we doing, man?
I'm telling you. I agree. First of all, I agree with you, Sammo, that I understand why he wanted to reset the salary thing with Caleb. I get it. But what I'm saying is, by doing that, he has now put himself as well as Eberflus on notice, because it's like, okay, you had something that you was building. You stopped that and said, hey, halt, we're going to go in different directions. And now you got players in that locker room because you had gotten rid of David Montgomery. You got rid of Roquan Smith. You got leaders who you get out of the locker room, as well as Justin. Now you bring this new guy in, and you see how DJ is not warmed up to him. You can see the effects of that. So you reset it. But now you're throwing off the chemistry. So now things not working so well. And here it is. Caleb's not even finished his first year, and he's already on his 3rd offensive coordinator. So you just messed it all up. You would have been better off, in my opinion. Hey, let me roll with Justin. Let me get some more players that can fill up these other holes, and let's go from there. And that's all I was saying all along, because I never once said, oh, Justin is so much better than Caleb. I said at that point in time, from what I saw in college, they was pretty much even. It's what you got around you. What you could have had is Justin and these other players and made it a more run-centric, because Getsy's not in, let's face it.
T-formation?
Huh?
T-formation?
Even if that works. But the point I'm making, though, is if you look at that and you're like, okay, Getsy's not it because he failed over there in Las Vegas. Should have came with somebody better. But what you're doing is you messed up the whole chemistry. So now we're stuck again with a team of no identity. We can't lean on our defense. We have no identity going. So where do you go from here? So do we rebuild? And then rebuilding, new GM come in, new coach comes in, got to get his own players in, and that's why that's why I say he shot himself in the foot by doing that, because you messed up the whole time frame with not looking at, or like Sammo said, not having the foresight of saying, if I do this, what would it cost? That's where he messed up at. He didn't look at what was going to happen by him doing this.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's get it. You guys done with your rants? Great rants.
Well, so I put a pause on this from my opening. So Thomas Brown, I still like him as a coach. Maybe he's not head coach material. Maybe he's still learning to be offensive coordinator or a good offensive coordinator in the league. He's not using his own playbook, all these kind of things. But even at this point, even if I could excuse, I could debate with Sam all day about Chris Morgan, and I think Darnell Wright is playing very well right now. Other aspects of it, I can debate all that all day long. But I've come to this conclusion for myself, is that at this point the players need all new coaches to walk in that room and say, "Who are you, and what are you going to do for me?" Tyreek Stevenson, that's your name. You don't like the practice, huh? All right, you're benched. I don't care. Who drafted you. I don't care how long you're here. We're not friends. We're colleagues. And you're working for me. And if you're not going to put in the work, you're out of here. And it seems like Flus was so soft with his guys. Hey, here's a nickname. We're all buddy.
Yep.
And then, we couldn't.
He handed out nicknames like they're candy.
Right.
Yeah. We can't draft Jalen Carter because our locker room can't handle a player like that. What locker room are you talking about? Like, Flus can't handle that.
That's what you meant to say.
Because our locker room can't handle. These are professional NFL players who are, absolute studs at their position. Why can't we be the team? That is an us problem, not a them problem.
And what leaders did he bring in? That was, that's what you sold us on, the culture of this team. You consistently say, "Oh, we have a great culture." That culture, that shit went out the window right away. As soon as we started losing, right after that Washington game, we saw what the culture really is. We saw it was covered in shit.
The culture we had was David Montgomery, because even during his losing, he still was talking about positive things. That's what I'm saying. Those culture pieces that he let go, and then you talk about we got this culture. It's like, what? Like Sam was saying, what culture are you talking about? You bringing in just pieces, and you're not really bringing in culture. Because if we're being honest, as much as we want to talk, they talk about Jalen Carter being a possible not culture guy. What's the difference between him and Tyreek Stevenson?
None now, right?
Aside from the person dying, which I'm not comparing, but I'm talking about as far as personality goes. In that locker room, I'm like, you probably, what are you getting?
Yep.
I agree.
You guys want to watch some All-22?
Yes.
Let's do it, man.
Do we even care about this?
Of course I care, because I was disappointed in Eric Washington. I told you guys last week I was curious to see what he does, and man, did he disappoint me.
So I did see a statistic. Aldo brought this up, that Eric Washington called 80% 3 high. So I'm assuming what Aldo meant was basically cover three match concepts. Cover 6 can be a 3 high, depending on how you played it. They absolutely destroyed us in the match concepts, which is something that Flus embedded into this team. Washington, should have covered those bases when creating this game plan. But in my opinion, I really think the players just let it down. They should have known better to play. They've been playing match for 3 years.
Yep. They were undisciplined, man. They fell in love with the eye candy, all the movements, and they just weren't playing disciplined ball.
Okay, see on this play, how I've been talking about the linebackers not coming downhill. On this play, they actually do. The problem is they don't do enough of this. If you watch this play, you'll see how they come downhill and actually make a play.
And Edmonds had a horrible game.
Oh man, all the time.
Terrible.
See, they both coming downhill. See that?
Yep.
So they're able to
We
get
haven't
into
seen
their
this
gaps.
all year.
Yeah, gapping it.
We haven't seen this all year.
Yep.
Right.
So that's something coach different right here. That tells you right there. Something was coach different, right?
Right. But then you'll see later on in the game, they're not doing it again.
So they went back to it. Huh?
Right.
All right.
Wait, how do I go back again? Let's see. There you go. Just want to watch it again. So for anyone, since I bought this, might as well use it. So what we're talking about here is look at the gaps that these guys are following. Whereas before we would see TJ Edwards just kind of come up and get caught up by somebody and be pushed around. Where now you're seeing him and Tremaine Edmonds, they're both hitting open gaps that are created in the movement of the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get rid of all that.
Right, prior, we saw a lot of lateral movement and not attacking their gaps. So they would move laterally, and then the guard or the tackle, whoever's pulling, tight end or fullback or whatnot, would just hit them 3 yards down the field,
right?
And then that's where they're starting to attempt to make a tackle. So this is an awesome play given what we've seen, but it doesn't last long.
But if I can on this play, can you rewind it just a little bit one more time, Shorty? I want to go slow motion with you here. I want to show you exactly what I've been talking about. Watch Edwards, number 53. The guard is going to try to come up and block him, but he hustles and beats him to the spot in order to get to where he needs to get. See how the guy's trying to block him? He gets around him, and now he's able to get into the gap. 64 is trying to block him, but he can't reach him. He's out because he's outrunning him. A lot of times they don't do that, and they get blocked, and then that's how a big play is made.
Yep. He was getting caught up there before.
Yeah, because we're moving lateral when it's supposed to coming downhill and using our speed to beat the blocks.
Exactly.
Well said, PJ.
Hey, no problem. I'm working the chat though.
This is just what.
So look at this match concept here. Look at who I'm guessing that's Kittle. He's got a deep over. He crosses the 49ers logo to the 50. Who's covering him?
Who's that at the top on the F right there? That guy's supposed to pick him up.
Yeah.
If he crosses, you pick him up. In the match concepts, like you have this man if he goes vertical, but if he crosses, then he gets passed off to the next person. And Edwards is looking at him go across, and then he stops. Who is that?
Edmonds and Edwards take the same guy, the running back, out of the backfield.
And neither one of them stopped the guy from getting the ball.
Yeah.
Or is that
ridiculous?
But right away, the 49ers are seeing that, and they're like, oh, wait, they're not disciplined in their coverage. We just saw that guy cross the field, get wide open, and that's our Pro Bowl tight end.
No, that's not that. Oh, that was their running back.
No, that's the running back. But I'm saying that play.
Oh yeah, he was still wide open.
Tight end ends up getting wide open in this concept. And you'll see that a similar play later on. So they're watching it. They're seeing, okay, you guys are covering their matches.
He moved Edwards with the other guy going behind Edwards. So Edwards was playing two man. He got confused.
Made him make a decision.
He made him make a decision, and the quarterback is going to hit either that top guy or that bottom guy, depending on what Edwards did there.
Jeez. Just gashed. Wouldn't that be nice to have?
It was just Kittle
like that.
That Kittle. And Kittle, I don't understand what we were doing against Kittle.
Nothing.
He just had blanket immunity. He could do whatever he wanted this entire game. Now go back to this play. If you go to the beginning of this play, we were outflanked at the beginning of this play. Look at the right side. Look at the right side. It was like, who is the corner covering over there? Who is Gordon covering on this side. And I think that they blitzed Gordon on this play. But we told him we're going to blitz because we left him there.
Yeah.
We left him there, so we knew he was going to blitz. So then and the running back's going to pick him up easily. And we got numbers on. They had numbers on the other side. They had two blockers and one guy to block, one defender to block on this screen.
Damn right, man. Leaving Gordon there says it all.
Edwards lost track of Kittle. If they're man to man, he went too far over. That's what it was. And he allowed the guys to out leverage him.
Yep.
Man.
This was just, I don't know.
Lack of
Kyle Shanahan was killing us. He outcoached us.
Yes, that's what it was.
I mean, how much was this just the wrong team at the right time? Like for them, like they lost the Super Bowl by 3 points, man. Like their backs were to the wall.
Look at
they're at home, like
on this play.
Huh?
Too much eye candy.
Too much. Yep.
And our guys don't go down
in the backfield. He's peeking in the backfield instead of playing disciplined ball. Go.
Oh yeah.
Your zone.
Yeah. Stevenson was horrible in this play. Yes, he was horrible in that play.
Like, dude, do your job.
Exactly.
Yes, if everyone would just do their job and not try to do a superhero, then the defense is gonna come out better. You have to play discipline on defense.
Look at
that. I mean, that's too easy.
That's just beautiful. Man. I tell you what, no matter how you break it down, the 49ers offense is fun to watch.
It is.
I told y'all from the beginning, I love Shanahan's offense. Love it.
With the beginning of what?
The
beginning of what? The show?
No, I said I love Shanahan's offense.
No, you said you told us that from the beginning.
From the beginning of when he first went to San Francisco, when we wasn't even doing the show.
Yeah. Well, you didn't tell us that. You told somebody else.
I told you in your dreams, man. You know it was.
So I think this is the injury to Carter on this play.
Yeah. What was his hamstring, which is something else we have to deal with.
That's why Blackwell was in there.
Yep.
I mean, what's even? This is just. What is this? 5-3 and outs or something?
And I was on Bearski's show after this game on Sunday night, and he had a little highlight video for the first, what was it, 4 third downs we had. We went 3 and out 4 times, I believe even 5 times, maybe.
5.
all 5 of them third down sacks.
Go back to the last play, Shorty.
Single one.
It's Caleb holding the ball, but we also not protecting.
Yeah, I mean, watch Shelton. Shelton just got destroyed this game. Guy was on the ground multiple times.
This one, Peach?
Yes, I want to see it from the end zone booth. Now watch Wright going up to the linebacker, but doesn't finish the block. So I like Wright, but he could have done a lot better. Going up to 54, number 58 of us, Wright, going up to 54, and he doesn't even do a good job because we could have got a first down. Well, watch when he goes up there. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between what San Francisco did and what we did.
We don't run into guys. We don't try to bulldoze, and that's something that's being taught, man. It seems like because you see that consistently with all our offensive linemen. They try to get in the way and not try to go beat him up. Go beat that man up.
You see that?
Go attack him. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You act like you ready to play patty cake with him or something.
We know Wright's not the problem. We know Wright's not the problem, but at least he moved. But on that play, he was a problem.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what I mean. Wright's, I think, a good player, but it's like when that stuff started happening, a little bit here, a little bit there, we all need to get, do our job. I mean, I give Braxton Jones credit. I mean, he got knocked over at the end, but at least he held his man off. I mean, for a little bit.
To your point, this is a big play. If Wright goes and engages with this man and gives
so you got a first down.
Swift an opportunity to get forward. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, this is just.
And then this play right here. So they switch up. San Francisco switches up who is rushing. You can see Cole Kmet gets confused. He goes, okay, on tape, I'm supposed to get this guy, but they switch up who actually runs in, and Cole Kmet runs right by his guy.
Right by the man.
That's inexcusable.
He had a bad game, man, doing. He did this consistently. He got confused by them switching the corner and the linebacker.
Yep.
You take the guy that you assigned to in the alignment, not you don't have a number.
Right.
Yeah. You get the guy lined up in where you're supposed to block.
Yeah, if he's standing in the position that you're supposed to block, man, that's now your guy. Now the wide receiver has to try to block the linebacker now. I mean, the linebacker now, but that's his problem. That's his problem.
Not let your guy standing right in front of you just go. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
You just let him go. Come on, man.
He
was moving forward. It ain't like the guy was moving backwards. He was coming towards him. Hey, come on, man.
That just looks bad on tape, man. He had a bad game.
My goodness. What's going on with this play?
Well, my biggest issue with that is, what is the down and distance, and we're just throwing that little out
short passes. Yep, way short. It was like 8 yards to go. We threw a 4-yard pass. I'm like, what the hell are we doing?
Look at Pryor on this double team with Shelton.
Well, look at this. Like, he's wide open. As soon as he makes his break over here, he's if it was just thrown with anticipation, it's a touchdown.
Developing bad habits. He's not even looking for the deep ball now. He's just throwing everything short.
Look at the right guard.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That big man is on the ground more than I am. And I play with my grandkids on the ground a lot.
Got tossed.
Like a rag doll.
Do you see?
Like where all of them were tossed. To say.
I mean, look.
Yeah, Caleb missed quite a few.
If he threw the ball, right at about the 41-ish, if he would have just thrown the ball right there, he would have had about the same time. It would have been like another fraction of a second. But watch that. Watch the 41. Boom, throw it.
Yeah, he predetermined where he was going with the ball, it seemed like, on this play.
Yeah.
Or he didn't let anything develop. But at the same time, like, the right guard just got blown up too. So maybe that's why he's like, I just got to get rid of the ball. Who is that? Is that wrong? Who is that running? That's DJ.
That was DJ.
Yeah, that was a touchdown.
Was it? You mean streaking down the field? Yeah, DJ.
Yeah. What's up, Antmis? What's up, Scottish Bear? What's up, O'Toole? What's up, Triple R? Chicago Sports Podcast. Thanks for joining us tonight. All 22, Bears versus Niners. As if anyone gives a shit. This was a terrible game. It's more like watching how well the Niners did.
Hey, they got back on track, didn't they?
Yeah, took the right team. And you want to get back on track, you play the Bears. Was it the fucking Vikings game? Jordan Edison had his career game, and Aaron Jones had the longest run of his career. Like, that kind of shit always happens against the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Just play the Bears. That's all you got to do. Just play the Bears. You want a record? You want to get a record day? Play the Bears. Yeah, even the British Bears today were kind of like, Jason UK Bear was like, yeah, I don't really know what to say.
What is Javon Dexter doing, man?
Man,
Like, why don't you try to disengage? I don't understand. This is what drives me crazy about Javon Dexter. Like, he sees it's a run. When he sees it's a pass, like he doesn't disengage with the offensive lineman a lot. This is the next play, I think, but I'm talking about the last play. But
okay.
That's fine. Go ahead. We'll see it again. He just doesn't disengage, man. He'll just stand there and, as my old coach would say, titty bump. Lineman. There it is. Yeah, there it is. He's just titty bumping. Like, disengage. Knock the hands, go around him. Knock the hands down, go around him.
I think honestly what it is, he's playing too many minutes. So therefore he's pacing himself as opposed to just going all out.
Is Javon Dexter in this? Oh, that is him.
Yep, that's him. He tries to go inside. It's caught. Now he's just standing there with 68.
Yep. Man. You know, how much hope can you have as a Bears fan, you know?
1969, sir.
Only because of the number.
1969.
Because PG likes the 69.
I've been with the Bears. I've been riding out with them since I was a little kid. Watch them Sunday afternoon, go outside and play football in the yard afterwards.
See, that's the thing about this about 69 though, is it's a give and take. You know, you get back equally what you put into it. Like, we can't even get that with this team. We don't get back what we put into this team. It is not a 69. It's more like we're constantly on the blowjob end and we're not getting anything else.
This is not. He goes. This is not the BCP after dark here.
Sure as hell is. It's
Yeah.
almost 11 o'clock here. But I mean, what really?
Once again, look where our linebackers are, and then how long does it take them to get in there to try to make a play?
Yeah.
Stop it. Just stop it.
TJ, I mean, Edmonds is just getting put on his back right there.
I'm so disappointed in him, man. Ooh.
Yeah, I am too. He scrapes and then he's just going to stop and wait to be blocked. Wait to be blocked.
Because he over pursued his hole.
This is like
Over pursued his hole, and then the one with the hole next to him didn't even fill their gap.
Right.
And they started off talking about him in this game. Like he had some good plays to start the game. Was it this game? It was this game. It's a couple of pass deflections. There was one of them right there.
Coverage. He's good in coverage when he's good in coverage. I'll say when he's good in coverage. Because we've seen him make some bad plays in coverage as well.
That could have been a penalty right there.
Should have been an interception. Yeah.
Right there, he grabbed him.
Come on, Owens, go get it. Attack the ball.
So far, it hasn't been horrible outside of that screen pass, right? Like, if I'm, the Bears' defensive coordinator right now, I'm not feeling completely, blown out or beat up and stuff. And we're seeing the little things that are wrong, but we're still in this game.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we were still in it.
That could have been an interception. The play before that could have been an interception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were really into this game until that fumble by Caleb, that fumble pass.
Well, I think is it this drive? Next drive they score again, and then it's 14, and then they score again. I think it was something like that. I think it was 21-0.
Yep.
And then that's when I think that the life went out of the team completely.
Well, see, that's the issue. I mean, because right at this point in time, we're down on 7-0.
Right.
We should have put together one of our best drive right here. But what we do, crap the bed.
Yep.
And the problem with the offense not getting any plays and having these 3 and outs is the defense can't go to the sideline and evaluate what's being done to them and try to make adjustments before halftime. Like, we're trying to make adjustments between series, but we can't do that if we're sitting out for just 3 plays, and we got to get right back on the field.
Okay, we can all just agree that we are just fans here, right?
Mhm.
Okay, we have never worked for the Bears in a coaching capacity, right? We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, we can agree.
But can we all agree that we know exactly what this fucking play is? It's a running play. We know exactly what this play is. How many times have you seen this play? I've seen
Okay.
this play so many times I can identify it right from here before DJ goes in motion.
Look at the safety. He even knows it. He's starting up already.
He's already coming down.
Yeah, he's already coming down.
29, you see him? He's
Yeah.
already pushing downhill.
He's
He's like, I
already
know
coming down.
exactly where it's going. Look at him.
As soon as you see
All right.
DJ go in motion, you know it's a running. Oh, I was wrong.
But he knew the
But
play.
he's still ready to play.
I could have swore to God that was a running play. I just got duped. Ooh,
That's the first time for everything, Shorty.
I duped all you. I duped all you too.
Because
It was supposed to be a screen, and Tevin Jenkins misses his tackle.
misses the block right.
Come on. I mean, his block. Come on, Tevin.
Yep. On your knees.
Gee whiz.
Because we play soft, man. Offensive linemen, they don't attack linebackers. The player that does that best is probably Braxton Jones, to be honest.
Yeah.
Attacking players downfield.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing he's really good at.
About the only thing.
What's up, Adam Mason? Thanks for joining us tonight, Adam.
So these last two plays, like I don't have a problem with the play calling. I think the execution on Jenkins getting blown up by a safety on that screen was pretty bad. You know, Caleb going through his reads, finding DJ Moore. That's, you know.
We actually got a first down on that.
Yeah, DJ whack right there.
Yeah.
Did anybody see how many yards he had passing?
I did that.
I think because of the
I
sacks,
agree,
it's
Bear.
like 4 yards or something like that.
I agree, Bearski. I can't argue with you there. Yeah, too many drop passes too, man.
And that was a good play by the linebacker, but that was also a very risky throw by Caleb. And he had time in that pocket.
Still hit him in the hands.
And that was a drop.
That was DJ. I think DJ was anticipating another hit. Caleb just got him lit up the play before.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to tell people. Like, look, he's trying to protect himself because his quarterback is not protecting him. His quarterback is not protecting him this season. Like, I don't think we've ever seen DJ get hit so hard last year or the past when he played with Justin Fields. Like, Caleb throws him into some hits, man. He's taking some big shots.
Well, I mean, I'm it's ringing in my head hearing Brown say that he want to be physical. That it's about physicality. Where's the physicality at? Where was the physicality?
I didn't see it.
They was whooping our butts. I mean, even on this blocking play, this pass protection play right here, we got they stunting us, and we can't even get off the block. Mind you, Wright's getting held, but come on, man, get off the block where you can block some. Get off the guy where you can block somebody. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we haven't handled stunts or gains at all this year, like at all whatsoever. And shout out to our tour. Welcome back.
What's up, Tour? Triple R. What's up, Triple R? This is a weird play because you watch the 4 crosses across the field. You've got coming from left to right. You've got Keenan Allen with DJ Moore behind him, and then DJ Moore slows down and tries to set up here.
This is DJ Moore makes a mistake on this play. So I watched Chase Daniels review this. So he thinks that we go back to the wide view. He thinks that basically DJ and Keenan here. DJ ends up running Keenan's route, realizes it, and turns back around. And what DJ probably should have done is some, some kind of a post or some kind of a sail or some kind of a corner route or something.
Corner route, yep.
Yeah, because you
That's
just look how
the
many
whole
people are bunched up right there.
Yeah, that entire side of the field is open too.
So yeah, that's not how it was drawn up by any means. But I mean, look at whether it's DJ or whether it's Keenan, we've got two veteran wide receivers who are, not running the correct route.
Mm-hmm.
And can you blame him for not hitting 20 there? I mean, is he seeing ghosts at this point?
I mean,
he
has
throw the ball.
Yeah, he has a couple people places he can throw the ball. You got the running back coming out of the backfield. He got Keenan coming across. He can hit Keenan.
I don't think the Keenan. I think that's a hospital ball. But I do agree with the running back.
Oh, he's taking the hit. Yeah.
But also, you got to imagine what's going through Caleb's head. It's like, this isn't the play that I just called. What are you guys?
And that's
what are you doing? What are you guys doing?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He saw that, and then the defense collapsing on him. So it's just like, what do you do?
Yeah, Artur, thank you, man. You guys are real ones. Easy popping when I get notifications. Thanks for joining us, man. I hope your Lions win the Super Bowl this year, man. I do. Represent the NFC North.
And send David Montgomery back to us.
Please.
Man.
That's the only thing that's the only problem I have watching Lions games. Like, just the whole damn game, I'm just like, God damn it, I miss David Montgomery. I miss Monty.
I hated when we lost him. As soon as we lost him, I was like, dang, I didn't want to lose him. Man. So it's not like hindsight is 20/20. I said it the day it happened.
Yeah. Tin Pan Dog.
I'm catching up, Shorty.
Where? I don't know. I don't know where Carl keeps all of his goodies over here. Let's see.
This is when it starts to get ugly.
Yeah, because that last drive is the drive we should have actually went down and scored, and see we didn't. So now look at that.
Look at Kittle, man.
Yes.
Kittle just
some egg rolls, some ping ping dong, and I'll have some egg rolls, some ping ping dong, and
Sorry, I had to. You want to go back to that last play? Here.
Yeah, played in full. So, all right, why are there two guys covering the same flat?
Two guys in the same position. Right? Yep, up top. Both guys. Yeah. And then no one carries the receiver down.
Exactly.
Field either, because he could have hit the guy on the sideline too, to be being honest.
At that point, who was the guy guarding? Who are they guarding right there?
Right.
Like,
Carlissimo is pointing out, look at the difference between our linebackers and their linebackers. When a threat comes into their area, how they ID it and they target and they attack it, right?
We don't.
And then you look at the difference of what we're doing. We're just running to a spot on the field.
Yep.
There's no understanding of what we're seeing and going, okay, this changes what I do, who I cover, and everybody else is in unison saying, okay, I'm shifting to this, to this, to this, to this. And you can't do that with a match concept. Like, you can get away with it with just a pure zone or a pure man defense, but nowadays teams run a ton of match, and you have to keep it up in the modern NFL. Edmonds, what's the other threat that's coming that you need to stay shallow on this?
No.
Right? Middle of the field. Why aren't you
should be dropping back?
Matching your guy.
Continue to drop. Continue to match him. There's nothing else for you to cover. Who's covering? That guy underneath the running back isn't his man.
That's the perfect matchup. Tight end on fucking Edmonds.
Edmonds should have carried him all the way through. First of all, bump.
Then you look at this out and up on the wide receiver at the top, and then he's splitting, and then the center guy, there. What's the safety
wide open anyway?
What's the safety? You can't be right in that situation. He's looking like, what do you guys want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Got two people coming into his areas that's threatened, nobody trailing with them.
What's up, Carlissimo? Thanks for joining us tonight. or today for you.
Mhm.
I mean, it's watching this offense is just, God, it's
But
yeah.
why don't we get hands on guys, man? We don't do this at all. We didn't do it when Foos was here either. Like, why do we just allow guys to just run through the zone? Why don't we bump and try to disrupt timing? Give our defensive linemen a milliseconds, tenths of a second longer to try to get to the quarterback and all of that. Like, I don't understand why we don't do that.
Sadly, Adam Mason, we do.
It's just dumb, man. I don't understand.
And then the running game starts to kick in, and we're like, oh, here it is. Now we're getting our asses handed to us. It doesn't matter what string running back it is with San Francisco.
Remember what I talked about earlier when I said how he raced to get around the block? Now he's slow moving it, and he gets blocked.
Mm-hmm.
It's the other thing, man.
Even that.
We don't
You
get home
get to
on
the
our
quarterback,
blitzes.
and what happens?
Yep.
You're blown off the. You put what Sanborn, and is that Kittle? Yeah,
Yep.
that's Kittle, right?
Yep.
Sanborn 1-on-1 with Kittle, so they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yep.
Like, okay, this is the defense you're going to run against us.
Pitch and catch.
Yep.
Yeah, we just outcoached.
Out coach. You're right. They knew what were coming. It's like he knew what was coming every time. It's like, all right. Toss this up. Takes the hit from the blitz. We blitzed a lot early, but we just couldn't get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our back end was horrible.
And that's why he stopped blitzing too. Yeah.
Was that Booker?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how you guys feel about Purdy, but Purdy is.
He's annoying.
Who?
And
Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
I
Purdy is.
loved watching Purdy in college. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. But I had this like passion for like, these kind of I hate the term game managers, but guys who don't have these overall, big arms or super mobile, but they just constantly like hit like somebody open. They find someone open and got this great rhythm in their offense and stuff. I never thought this kid had the arm strength to make it in the NFL, but I loved watching him. I watched him all 3 years at Iowa State. Like I made a point of watching him, and for him to be this good in the NFL, I would never have called that, never at all. But man,
just
good for him.
Technically sound, man. He's the second coming of Tom Brady to me, man. He's just technically sound, man. He makes the right read, he makes the right play. He's just efficient, extremely efficient, especially in this offense. I don't know how to look in any other offense, but in this offense, he just has a great command of everything. Like
PJ,
he's playing with backups.
Want to pull up that super chat?
Oh, I didn't get to it. Oh, here we go.
Chicago Sports Podcast with a $9.99 donation to BCP. Thank you. Keep up the great work on these all 22 Shorty and crew. Love you guys. Thank you, Chicago Sports Podcast. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir. I got a gift here too.
Chad Speaker gifted One Bears Country podcast membership. Was that gifted to you or did you gift it to somebody? How'd that work? I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, Cliff Victoria was gifted a membership by. Oh, looks like we have 2 new members.
Hey, membership's going up. Hey, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time.
Cliff Victoria got gifted a membership. Wow. You deserve it, Cliff. I can't see Cliff in our chat, but I can see him in my Mr. Shorty chat. That's weird.
I'm just gonna say I didn't see him in the chat either.
That's because we blocked him. No, I'm just
Maybe he's on Twitter. No, that would make sense. That's pretty cool, though. Thank you, Chad, for joining and for gifting Cliff. Cliff is our one of our longest tenured
Our resident chef.
our
Roll this one
resident
back, Shorty.
chef. What's that?
Watch.
Roll this one
Yes.
back on the whole field. So this is on Caleb. Like, granted,
Yep.
Braxton gets beat and all that, but
Gotta step
Caleb,
up.
I mean, and this would have been for a first down. Either one of these check downs underneath. I think it was that DJ Moore and Cole Komet are doing a little mesh concept there.
Yep.
I hate that.
Little
though.
crosser.
I hate that because they're in the same area, and I don't know what's the line the game is, but
I think if you go back, we might be able to see the actual
We're
yardage
seeing it.
line.
No, god damn it, guys. Fuck.
What?
We're
Look at it.
seeing it right here. Look it. It's what? Oh fuck.
You're like
Started it over.
having a baby there for a second.
get the whole thing over, Shorty.
A leg
Oh,
cramp.
where are we? Oh, I fucked it all up.
I thought your gremlins just hatched.
I'm like, what happened?
Where the hell were we? Damn it!
Second quarter.
Have we seen this play yet? No.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't
Damn
think
it.
we've seen
No,
that.
we haven't.
Nope. The series before that one.
Ah.
Right after this. Right after that one. Yep. You just let it play from there.
We're seeing the dancing and the pocket holding on to the fucking ball too long. We're seeing the ghosts. We're seeing the ghosts, man. Because he was like you were just saying. There was two guys wide open, and he was just tapping and dancing, and Justin Fields in that shit.
Not trusting it.
Gotta let it go, man. Let it rip.
What I
You
guess.
He allowed the pressure to happen because, like J2K was saying, man, the guy over rushed, and Braxton did what he was supposed to do. He carried him around. Caleb has to step up in the pocket.
Was it after this play? Damn it!
That's it right here. Yeah,
No, this isn't the play. I think it's
the one after this one. Yeah, yep. One right after this one.
All right, let's see. Because no, that's not it.
That's it.
Here it is.
Oh yeah, it
It
is. This is it.
Yeah.
So he's got. Let me just draw this. So he's got, what is this? Komet comes this way. This DJ goes this way,
Yep.
and he's got two options right there, and he just.
But what's the yard to go? I mean, what they got to get to though? 45 or what?
That's because of this wonderful all 22. The previous.
And I agree with you, O'Toole. Yes, the double pump. It's too telling unless he's Ben Roethlisberger doing the fake pump, but he's patting the ball, pumping the ball a little too much, and it's all to the same target. So
But
helps defenders get on the target too quickly.
but if he was going to throw it,
right there.
no, what I'm saying is, if he was going to throw it at the time I thought he should have threw it, Komet would have probably ended up catching it instead of DJ. And see, you want to throw it while you got the guy in conflict at the 42-yard line, I think, because he's trying to decide whether or not to stay with Keenan or go cover it right there. So because he's already stopping to cover DJ right now, but like maybe a second before that is when you could have thrown it to DJ, like right there. But Komet was right there, so he probably would have took the ball.
Yeah, but
Might be big game. Go ahead.
To Komet, he's going to his left, so he's got all this height to his left. So right there is an open passing lane, right there, wide open.
Yeah, but if he hit him, look at the guy at the 43-yard line. He's already coming down as well as the guy at the 44-yard line. They're already coming down to DJ.
He's big game hunting, man. He's looking at the guy that's on the 50 right now. He's waiting for that guy to come open in the zone and waiting for him to sit down in the zone. He had already predetermined what he was going to do. You got Braxton carry a guy 10 yards upfield and loop around and still have enough time to come back and get the sack. That sack is on Caleb, man. I can't even put that one on Braxton.
You're right, 100%.
Can you see where the down marker is? Down and distance marker is right there.
Is that the what 40? Am I correct?
Pause
Yep.
it. Is that where it is? Very top.
40. Yep. It's at
The 40.
First
So
down,
he could have hit them then because they were right there.
Right. He could have hit
third down
Komet. He could have
marker
turned upfield. DJ's quick enough to get around.
At the time he was open.
Yeah. This.
If you go back to
and it's,
hit him
and it's
here.
third down, like Bearsky Film's pointing out. So, I mean,
Commit.
he anticipates the throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's throwing it sooner and he's throwing it to a spot. So instead of just us hitting the pause button and say he's open right now, you can see that, he could have gotten this ball out in plenty of time.
Please don't tell me he's like, please don't tell me. We don't need him seeing ghosts, guys.
Like I told you, quarterback wasn't the issue. We needed to fix other things.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that. I got my quarterback. Just don't ruin him. I'm taking it the other way.
Compared to Ryan Pace, Mitch Trubisky, total bust. Kevin White, total bust, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least, Darnell Wright isn't a bust. Caleb's not a bust. Rome Odunze not a bust.
Gordon's not a bust. Brisker wasn't a bust.
All those first round picks are not busts. You're right.
But can I make the argument that is Trubisky, was he truly a bust? He led us to 2 playoffs.
The defense did, in my opinion. Fangio was the coach of, that should have gotten coach of the year. And Fangio, once he left, the team fell apart, talent-wise. So, but I mean, it goes back to, I think, a certain point that you can say certain quarterbacks can be serviceable,
Right.
If you put the assets in the correct places in other parts of the team, you can still build a playoff caliber team.
Here's a new
I don't
guy.
know what happened on this play, but it's just a joke.
It's a new guy. I've never seen him before. Welcome. Optimus Princeps.
Optimus Princeps. Pole's going to draft another wide receiver. Don't worry. He's going to have to at some point, right?
Yeah, we need
How many wide receivers
to
has
draft
Pole's
one
gotten
next
right?
year.
Odunze is the only receiver that
The only one.
Well, Keenan Allen, is he coming back? Do we want him back?
well, I mean,
Not for that
for Keenan Allen's production, a fourth and $22 million. That's a lot of cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I actually would like Keenan Allen to come back if he's on like a very team-friendly deal.
I agree.
Just to keep, talent around Caleb. Don't create another hole where you don't need to. Rome can move into, a higher progression read, more time on the field kind of a thing. But it has to be cap friendly. He's already made a point of saying that he doesn't want to go anywhere else or maybe back to the Chargers, something like that.
he want to go back out there with his family.
I mean, he may, but if they're not knocking, he can't answer that.
Well, he
Call, but if we could get him for, I don't know, 8 to 10 million. I mean,
I don't think he's coming for that low.
Exactly.
It's gonna have to be at least 10 to the level. And I'm really thinking more like 13. I'm thinking he's gonna want at least 13, which is doable. I think that's doable. The salary cap's gonna increase. It's just what can you trust his body to hold up, and are we gonna get that production from him? Because say what you want to say about Pace, like he brought a winner in here every time he brought a free agent in, and he overpaid them. They produced. They did produce on the field, and like we said, they got us to two playoffs. And
Well,
with opportunity.
Trevathan, the linebacker,
Yep.
we paid
Danny?
him a lot of money well after he played for us.
Yeah, he was
Paid
getting
him
paid.
pretty good for, but you know, you're right. He didn't have a whole bunch of misses necessarily in free agency. In fact, that's kind of where he did well, getting like Akeem Hicks and stuff. But it was just those, you know, missing on Mitch, missing on Kevin White, and then, I mean, as much as I liked Montgomery and some of the other picks that he made, he spent a second and a third on Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a lot for a running back.
Yeah.
And you let him walk out the door.
But when
Well,
we
he
got
did.
those players, we produced. That's the thing. He made sure they had a plan for these guys. They were productive on the field. We had Pro Bowlers. These guys turned into perennial Pro Bowlers, and they got us to the playoffs. So I can't complain so much about that at that point in time.
Right.
Like, yeah, he mortgaged the future. That's the part that hurt us more than anything. But he was mortgaging the future, and he was missing on high draft picks. So that's what hurt us the most.
Yeah, it was a bad combination.
Yep.
Dennis,
But I wanted to
Moody,
point
thanks
out
for
really
joining
quick,
us.
just a couple plays ago when Purdy almost got sacked, but he got the ball off. Like, that's the little bit difference between, you know, Caleb getting sacked and not getting the ball up, and Purdy getting sacked and getting the ball off. I mean, you see Purdy do that time and time again in this game, and he got hit quite a bit. So, you know, it's just like, I do feel like we are just, you know, a little more coaching, you know, a little better coaching, a little better scheme. You know, obviously, I think there needs to be a heavy retool on the offensive line. But even still, you know, sure, we could add some pieces at defensive line. We could add some, maybe another running back here. But I don't think those are the important things. A little better coaching or a lot better coaching, rebuild the offensive line. I think we've got a good team. I think we've got a playoff caliber team.
I agree. That's all we
There's
need.
a new guy in the chat here, Coffee and Bears. I've never seen him before.
What's up, Coffee and
Hey.
Bears?
Yo.
Dennis Moody hopping in here too, saying there's only about 100 yards passing between all the rookie QBs this year so far. Caleb does not have the really good coach in the O-line of Denver and Washington. Only May has it worse. So that's a good point. I mean, I'm wondering what you think, like his chances of, because I at plus 7,000 odds, I put $100 on Caleb Williams to win Rookie of the Year. So
Can we go back to that touchdown pass?
I'm really hoping
That
that
was
he can win.
just too
We'll talk
easy.
about
Please
before.
go back to it. Oh, he got kicked himself out.
Hey, kicked himself out.
He didn't want to see it again. He's like, I'm out of here, you guys. This is enough.
I'm bad with hotkeys. Sorry. Well, let me bring that back up.
It's like they schemed this up. Kyle Shanahan schemed this up beautifully.
You want to go back to?
Did you guys kind of notice subtly how much Colin Johnson was actually playing in this game?
No.
Yeah.
Number
He did.
80? Yep.
Yeah, because they had him playing special teams.
Which play?
Yeah. But
Now,
he was,
they had to
also,
play him he was our fourth receiver because Carter got hurt.
Yep.
Carter got hurt, and Homer. Is that his name? Homer? He got hurt too?
Homer, man, every time he gets an opportunity to play, he gets hurt, man. That's just another bad signing.
Real quick before we get to this play, is it this play, JTK?
I believe so.
Hector Zambrano with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Hector. 2018 Bears defense choked in the opener against the Packers. Trubisky had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks. If Parkey didn't double doink, defense wasn't perfect. And by the way, that was actually a blocked kick. It wasn't a double doink. It was a double doink because it was blocked. Damn it! Thank you for your super chat, Hector. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Hector, very
Blocked by
much,
the
man. Appreciate
goalpost?
you, man. You always come in solid, brother. I appreciate you.
No, it was tipped at the
Oh,
line.
it was. Okay.
Yeah. Was this the play?
It was a pass
One
for a touchdown.
One
so it's
after
next
this.
play, I think.
Yep. Here it is.
Yeah. Because he just gets wide open right up the seam.
One
Nope.
after.
Next play.
$15.
So I think that's what
Jennings.
Edmonds goes too wide to his side.
Yep. Match zone. Another match zone. Edmonds isn't even looking for the guy coming across.
Coffee and Bear
He's
saying,
caught it with the eye candy, and that's undisciplined on Edmonds.
Jeez.
oh man. Coffee and Bears saying, good evening. Usually roll into every Bears pod. Never seen this one. Good stuff. Well, thank you for joining us. We hope you're having a good time with us, and hope you subscribe and like and all that good jazz.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to, let's see.
You will get our opinions. We're full of them. Some people may say we're full of something else too, but I'm just saying.
Hey. We're
Fish
all
and spaghetti?
Oh, I just had that last night, Shorty.
Damn, you are one fish and spaghetti eating motherfucker. It's not just like you eat this like once in a while.
Yeah.
It's like meatloaf to me, man.
Well, that's why I love Shorty, boy. That's he don't hold back, do it. It's better than fish and jello.
TJ, I've never asked. Is it catfish?
Yes.
Catfish.
Yeah.
Gotta be catfish.
Gotta be catfish.
That's what I assumed, man.
Fried catfish.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
And spaghetti with meatballs. He's a meat mixer.
Wait.
I'm in
you-
San Diego and we never see catfish in the store. So I was just do you catch it yourself or you go noodling?
I went fishing one time. That's when I was about 6 years old. So no, I'm not.
I got a friend who lives in New Orleans, Nolans, as he calls it, and he's like, "Yeah, we go noodling all the time, man."
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
just imagine that's got to be the weirdest experience. Stick your arm down a hole underwater in the mud and have some giant fish wrapped in lips.
You gotta be lucky that you don't get caught by a snapping turtle.
Yeah.
No shit.
Man.
Dennis Moody's saying, here's a scary thought. When was the last time a team scored almost 40 on us? Flu sucked in situational awareness, but was an outstanding defensive coordinator. The team got what they wanted and looked worse.
Didn't the Broncos score 40 on us a year ago?
Did they?
How many points did Arizona score on us? 38?
29.
29?
Oh.
I know we kind of went toe to toe with Miami and the Eagles in the first year, but they were really high scoring games.
Mm-hmm.
Bearsky saying, it's still a double doink, Shorty. I can hear it in my nightmares.
Facts.
And Ferry said she scored 41 on us.
Oh, Chiefs. Okay. So, all right. So, what's going on here? Caleb just gets walloped on the sack. Is there anything open? The blitz comes up.
Right there.
Shelton. It's Shelton, man.
Just blown
Looking
up.
for a contact in the grass that isn't there.
Jeez. How did he? No comment. I'm gonna be quiet.
He's like turnstile. Oh, right over here, sir.
Yeah.
Right this way, sir.
Has nobody to block. You know,
Who doesn't?
Jenkins left guard.
Jenkins. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they show this 4 up, and then the right edge doesn't come. I mean, this is 4 people, and it's like we can't handle the blitz. It's not even a blitz, right?
Yes. Not even a blitz. Answer me this: why didn't we move the pocket more this game, and why are we still playing? We're just playing man protection the entire game. We made it easy for them. We're playing man protection. I didn't see a lot of sliding, side protection,
Pause it, Shorty.
anything like that.
Now, remember when we talked earlier about how our guys was just guarding space. Look at the top of the screen when their guy actually drops back with the receiver and just not guarding space.
Here?
Yeah, that guy. Watch the safety who's guarding. I mean, the corner who's guarding. Watch what he does. See how he's drifting back with him?
Uh-huh.
Our guys would be still stuck at the 40-yard line. Guarding nobody.
Right.
Yep.
But you had Komet right here. Is that Komet? No, that's
The crosser.
that's Keenan Allen right there. Keenan Allen's right there. Bada boom, bada bing. All done.
Yeah, but that's a hospital ball, right?
It is until he gets past Warner. Once he passes Warner, then now you get it to him.
But that's too late for our offensive line. It's just like, our offensive line's not giving us enough time. Guys aren't getting open well enough. Our scheme's not good enough. It's just
scheme's not good enough.
What the fuck is going on over here? We've seen so much of this right here. Do you see that? For everyone in chat, do you see this? He just it's like he thinks that there's another guy here and another guy here that are both coming at him, and he has to stop what he's doing with the guy that he's engaging with right there and look to his left for no damn reason whatsoever. And this is the same thing.
When we get to the other view, it'll be a little more telling.
True. Let's get to that view.
Yeah, he's begging for Jenkins to come help him. That's what it was.
Right.
Please help me. Help.
And Jenkins doing that thing where he's looking in the mirror.
Man.
When he's practicing his stance again.
So hold up. Pause it right there. See how Jenkins pointed out? And he's like, this guy's blitzing. But he wasn't. And because we took the candy, we're not moving to the right, or we're not ensuring that we can take this on. So right here, this shouldn't be a huge problem. All Shelton needs to do, get his helmet on the other side of this guy's helmet, right? First,
yes.
Because he knows that, like, okay, I'm in one-on-one there. Oh, God, so bad by Shelton. And then let Jenkins come in and just, crack back block him.
Yes.
Just hit him in the ear hole there. And then Homer doesn't know where to go, right? You take the interior pressure first. He gets off that guy, so he goes outside where it's not even that much pressure.
Man.
4-on-5, and we can't protect.
Can't protect him.
What is this one? That's a punt. Sorry. My bad.
This is when they come down and score a field goal on us after this, right?
Now, I know a lot of people are hating on Tory Taylor not because of him, but because of the draft pick. But,
right,
there's an argument to say that he's kind of been like the MVP of the season.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
created a lot of opportunity.
Right? Lots of opportunity. Still, that's a different argument than what we should have done with the fourth pick, in the draft. Fourth round pick in the draft, right?
He's going to be really good for some years to come. So
there are some pieces. It's just, the more and more I watch this film and we talk, and like Sammo, I know we kind of go back and forth on the offensive line coach. I think the more I'm starting to concede that, Chris Morgan may not be what I thought he was going into the season. We had a good run scheme for the last couple of years. Oh, by the way, I did hear that rumor is that Waldron came in and changed the run scheme on Chris Morgan.
Yeah, I heard that. They were going back and forth about that. Yep.
So I kind of wonder if Morgan's kind of a fish out of water, like, all right, now I got to coach somebody else's scheme now.
Yep, that's true.
Which
is why you shouldn't have kept him, though.
In result, it's coaching, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So they forced him on Waldron. That's why you can't do that.
Yeah, I agree. Now, the whole development thing, I mean, Braxton Jones was a 5th-round pick, and as bad as he is as a left tackle, he's been a starting tackle. Darnell Wright, he's got very high PFF scores and grades. I mean, the last 3 games.
Who is Edmonds guarding here?
Like Berlissimo is making a point of. Jenkins' issue has been health. Nate Davis's issue was practice habits and desire to play the game, which you kind of blame Poles more on picking him up than necessarily. I don't know how much Chris Morgan could get out of the guy, right? And then you're looking at Pryor and Shelton as the 2 other starters on the team, and I just don't think they're starting material offensive linemen. So right?
Yeah.
What in the fuck is?
I think Wright is going to be a star, man. Wright is playing a lot better. I think he was hurt. For some time too, because he's playing a lot better lately. And Braxton isn't terrible, man. To me, it's just, man.
Well, it's a combination of
some better coaching.
You can't have a guy who, the only time he doesn't let anybody come on the inside. He pushes everybody around the arc, right? Consistently pushes people around the arc, and he gets bull rushed on that arc. Well, you can't combine that with the interior pressure. Exactly. That's the nail in the coffin, right? We fixed interior pressure. Braxton looks better. Caleb looks better. Run game looks better. O-line coach looks better.
Can we talk about this play?
Yes, sir.
I see where you're going with it. I already see it. Bump him. Hit him.
It's the same.
Why didn't we hit him?
Yeah.
He has he's looking forward. There's nothing ahead of him. What is he looking at?
He got sucked in by the play action. However, somebody need to be bumping Kittle. I mean, because that's just a free run.
Right.
I mean, if you go back a little bit further, where it starts, nobody will bump him. See, you got that guy playing a wide 9. At least he should have hit Kittle. Somebody should have hit him.
Gotta hit the man as he releases. But still, man, I think this is still on Edmonds, man. You see him coming in your peripheral, you gotta know that, all right, this has to probably be a play action. Let me carry this man behind me, because he's the same guy that's been kicking our ass the entire game.
Right.
You already have the 100 yards at this point,
Well,
he already knows right here. It's a play action.
Right. And Edmonds, he should understand where everybody else will be in this play and what his role is going to be right now.
Why did he stop his feet? I mean, because even after, like Sammo said, even after he discovered that it was a play action, why are you now not running with Kittle? Okay, guy don't got the ball. Why am I stopping my feet? Why am I not running with Kittle? See, he sees now the guy don't have the ball. He didn't hand it off. The quarterback still has the ball. So why are you not running with Kittle?
Right there, turn and run backwards, run off the field.
Run with Kittle. Right there. Run with Kittle.
I think
still reading the guard and the running back. He was still reading the guard and the running back.
It's that philosophy from Flus and that hits principle that the T is for the ball. So I think guys are so coached from Flus to see where the ball is and then react. So when you've got play action or misdirection, or you've got any kind of rollout where you don't get eyes on the ball, everybody's just freezing, like they're waiting to see the ball before they make a decision. Meanwhile, Kittle's 30 yards downfield.
Man, we got duped on this play twice. If they did hand the ball to him, it's a touchdown. They might as well just hand the ball to him. That's a touchdown. Look at that.
Burger King, have it your way.
This reminds me of, that Peyton Manning play that you see on Twitter all the time, and they show all the time, where, like, the slowest guy on the field, he goes and fakes the handoff, and the cameraman gets faked out, the whole defense gets faked out, like that's what that reminds me of. Like Brock Purdy keeps it on the RPO. How do you let Brock Purdy get a touchdown on an RPO?
He was so geeked about it too, man. He was
yeah.
he was bummed that he had to come back.
Yeah.
All right, I don't usually do this, guys. I'm against blocking people in chat, but I'm going to do this at the behest of you in chat. I'm going to ask you, yes or no? Should I block Chris Foster? Leave it up to you
My
guys.
God. Chris Foster get on your nerves.
Yeah, I mean,
just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
No, it's not the copy paste that he's normally doing. So look, if you can put up with Ghost of Judah Tribe in the chat, and he's just voicing his opinion. He doesn't like Caleb. That's cool. Everybody has an opinion.
It's all good.
He's saying I'm scared, but I'm going to tell you what, bro. Right there. Email us. Come on the show.
Yes.
Do not be scared yourself. Come on and speak your mind in person. If not, then you're the scared one. I'm sitting here with my face out here, bro. Nobody here is scared.
Have we ever seen Chris Foster and Ghost of Judah Tribe in the same place at one time?
Yeah. Doesn't mean shit though. They could have.
You're right. It doesn't mean shit if you use multiple devices.
You can have like 32 YouTube channels.
Right.
King Booker World, welcome, man.
King Booker. What's up, baby?
Yeah, we're just sitting here hanging out, watching this beautiful San Francisco offense kick our fucking ass up and down the field, Buka.
Watching how real linebackers play football.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Watching these linebackers disgrace our linebacker tradition.
And Triple R puts this up here. I mean, this is wild. How bad this season has been. How bad our offensive line has been. How bad our offensive coordinator has been. Caleb is putting up these types of numbers. I mean, imagine if Caleb, was in Brock Purdy's spot right now. I mean, it's just insane. How
you
good
might be able to get. You might be able to get 3 first round draft picks in trade.
We're not afraid of that, but man,
with numbers like that, J2K, you probably be able to get 3 first round draft picks for him.
I got my finger on the pull button.
Oh man.
Like, he's playing great.
That's why we got to get it right, man. We got to get this coaching situation right.
Listen, and to add to that, 3,838 yards is the most passing yards a Bear quarterback has ever had, and he's not far from that. So
it can still happen.
He's got 4 games. 29 touchdowns is the most touchdowns we've ever had, and that came with I think he had 12 interceptions that year. Actually, I want to say 29 and 12. Eric Kramer, who's been on the show before a couple of times. Eric Kramer, great. He was a great guest of ours. He was a lot of fun to talk to. But he's that close to breaking his records. That's just for all time. Not even a 4,000-yard passer.
Gosh, watching
but this team has no balance.
Yeah,
they have no balance as far as running and passing. I mean, so all these empty passing yards that he's getting, it's like all 5 to 15-yard passes. We can't even throw a bomb. I mean, it's like, come on, man. Let this offense look a little bit more NFL-like, as opposed to high school-like.
A little more
diversity. I wonder how many yards in that passing statistic are yak yards, and I bet you that is a very low percentage of those yards are actually yak yards.
Why wasn't
we're not getting the explosive bombs? We're not getting the yak.
Right.
That seemed a little unnecessary.
Caleb was mic'd up. They had a whole thing, and Fred Warner was like, "Oh, whoa, I'm sorry. So it was not intentional. And Caleb had he got away from a sack and he did a spin move and then he slid and then Warner came over and he's like, I saw you do that spin, man. He's like, I knew you were coming for me. So they were kind of jawing up in a positive way through the game. And after the game, they actually had some words to each other, like, I mean, positive, competitor encouragement words and stuff. So, but I did, when that play did happen, I was like, throw the flag. On to the second half.
Whoa.
Wait, this still the first half?
No,
That was the end of the first.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Cole.
Right.
Well, I thought, didn't we come out in the second half and we stopped getting slaughtered on defense, and I thought we got a touchdown. We moved the ball pretty well. But then I think they scored a touchdown, and then it was back to same old Bears. Something
Caleb
like
fumbled, and that's what kind of killed the momentum.
Yep.
Yeah, because we had a couple scoring drives in a row here.
Yeah, we came out running the ball. That's what we did. We came out being a little bit more physical right now. We're running the ball and, get the offensive linemen off of their heels. And they led to something positive. I think we were a little too pass heavy early on.
Mm-hmm. It was also working too. I mean, the halftime adjustments have been, I guess if you want to say a bright spot.
Yeah, but the slow start is just horrendous.
Awful.
Mm-hmm.
And the consistent slow start, whether it was under Waldron or Brown or
right.
Yep. All year long. So is it the players or is it the coaches? So some of that we see is on players too, though. We see that.
Well,
like drop
what's
passes, missed assignments.
Yeah. Well, Getsy was I think he was number 2 in the NFL at scoring in his first drive.
Yes, he was great. He was great at that.
Horrible the rest of the game.
Who?
How
Getsy.
did we
Getsy.
Yeah. How did we, and for like 2 years he was that way.
Can we hire him as a consultant?
Hire him as the script manager.
Right.
Script writer, right?
Yeah,
the first 15 script.
All right.
Get out of the building.
Let's come in on Wednesday and start that first 15 plays. You can go, bro.
Walk out. Don't talk to anyone.
Hey, you know what those 15 plays? Get the fuck out of
here. I'm telling you. Line him up for that. Say, hey, you ain't got a job right now, man. I got a job for you. First 15 plays.
PSA to the chat. Just saying, if you don't want to deal with a dumpster fire, don't give it air.
Right.
I'll leave it right there.
See, our guys actually got up to the second level on this play.
Yeah.
So that's why we get positive yards.
Yeah.
And
you
Thomas
see some
Brown
tough running from Swift too.
Speeches in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh my God! Just overthrew that, Caleb.
Yeah.
Seems like he's not doing a good enough job looking guys off. What do you guys think about that? Because it seemed like he just stared him down.
Yeah.
On this play specific, yes.
Yeah.
I do agree. I thought
totally Justin Field him there.
Hey, he don't do
Hey, Justin would have made that fit. Justin would have fit that in.
Exactly.
That's the one thing that Justin was good at.
That's true. He would have. He had him pinpointed, man. He was hitting him.
It's the short shit that Justin was having problems with. He was just
For real.
Come on, Justin.
Tor brings up a good point here, saying, I can't recall watching the Niners at any point look so non-concerned and non-violent in the game and yet be so effective. You really do need a clean coaching house. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
And that's coming from a Detroit Packer. I mean, Detroit Packer. A Detroit Lion fan.
No, I mean it's the problem. The problem is O'Toole is that it's what happens after we clean house, and then we're right back in the same cycle of incompetence hiring incompetence again. It's just this full circle.
Well, I did want to respond to PJ's point about Caleb looking off the safety and all that. You know, we were doing that early in the season when it was more of a split field read offense.
Yeah.
Thomas Brown went to a pure progression, and Caleb has kind of like, you know, I think he's kind of feeling the pressure off the line, kind of feeling the ghosts, and now he's just like, okay, I'm reading that this guy should be open. I'm just gonna wait until I see he's open and hit him.
Yeah,
you know. So we're seeing a little bit of bad habits creeping back up.
Yep.
Predetermining where he wants to go, and then he's not looking it off. But I agree, he should be looking it off. If you know where you want to go, just look it off. Keep it in turn your head. If your head is turned, your eyeball can still be pointed in one direction. It's like those linebackers are looking at where your head is twisted to. They can't see your eyes for the most part.
Was Karan Amageji on that play? The last play?
I know he came in later on to play left guard. I saw that.
Go back one play because we had 6 offensive linemen, right? The last play.
I like Karan Amageji.
He got the play I seen when he was playing left guard. He got ate up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah.
It's coming when Bajan was in the game.
Who's over there at over the right tackle? Is that Lewis?
Yeah.
Go back.
Him and what? Everett or
that's Lewis 14.
Yeah, Everett and
okay.
Lewis. Right. Yeah.
I thought he was a tackle or offensive lineman.
So we went.
I want to address the newbie in chat. Where did that go? General Manager John putting Caleb. Wait, where'd it go? Hitting a couple of 3-point shots down 50 isn't impressive.
Oh, okay, that one right there.
Caleb getting teeth pushed and bullied until game is out of reach, and then throwing touchdown passes not impressive. It's embarrassing to brag about it.
Well, wait a minute. The last 3 games we played were against our divisional rivals, and they came down to the very last minutes of the game. So what are we talking about?
Right.
Is this revisionist history here? You're making stuff up here?
And he says halves of football. Right.
And he says, putting Caleb stats over Bears losing games. This team is cooked. It's all Caleb over the Bears. Everything is Caleb nonsense and bullshit. He isn't generational. All right.
Well, I mean, if you're not watching the games, I could see you come to that conclusion.
I'm going to tell you what.
Obviously not watching the games.
I'm going to tell you what. General. He is fucking generational to the Bears, bro. Because there's been very few Bears quarterbacks that have thrown this many yards ever. And he's a rookie. And he's got 21. He's got a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He's taken sacks. He's set the record for sacks taken. Some of them are on him. Some of them are not on him. But
he ain't got the record yet.
He's also got the record for not having a turnover as a rookie. So you want to sit up here and talk about, I'm not saying you are, but in the past, Peyton Mannings of the world who threw 27, 28 touchdown or interceptions in their rookie year. This kid's thrown 7 so far. And no matter how you break it down, he's up there in the Bears history books right now as a rookie. And he's about to add to it with 4 games left. So you can't tell me he's not generational. Find a better quarterback in Bears history at this point in his career. And there you have it. Generational as a Bear.
You had me when you talked about Peyton.
I had you at Peyton.
You had me at Peyton, baby. All right. Yeah, I mean, you compare Peyton Manning was in a bad situation just like Caleb was. Peyton Manning overcame, with the better team around Peyton, he became the generational talent that everyone thought he was going to be. Same thing can and will happen for Caleb, And Caleb is far exceeding what Peyton Manning did. Like you said, he didn't throw all those interceptions. He's taking sacks, but he's not throwing the picks.
But he's not taking sacks like Joey. What is it, Joey?
Yep.
Harrington.
Joey Harrington.
Harrington.
Joey Harrington took the sack, saw ghosts, and he was a number 1 pick fucking bust. This kid's taking the sacks.
Hey, we're not going to talk about Joey Harrington.
He's not throwing interceptions. He had a mistake this week on a fumble where he was trying to pull the ball back in and not throw it. Big fucking deal. Jesus Christ.
I'll just say this about the anti Caleb people. They use these stats to illuminate their point the same way a drunk holds up a lamppost to illuminate.
Yeah. And I hear you, Bearsky, when you're saying about, throwing interceptions, you can learn from throwing interceptions. The thing is, Caleb is still trying to win games. That's why he's not trying to throw the interceptions in these games. He's kept us in games by not throwing those interceptions. If he takes those chances and start throwing those picks, then we're not in those games that we had opportunities to win that our head coach botched. That's the point. That's what.
Well,
so you want him to do you want him to try to win a game, or do you want him to try to make a pass that he probably can't make and throw an interception that'll probably just take us out of the ball game? I think that
was the problem with our last quarterback. That was the limit he was having.
One interesting stat from Caleb's college career is that he never threw an interception on third down or fourth down his entire college career.
That's
not one
that's
single
impressive.
interception.
Very impressive.
Incredible.
General Manager John again saying Bears offense is dead last in yards per game. Pass offense 183 yards per game is 29th. Caleb 8th most pass attempts, 29th completion percentage, 29th in yards per completion. He is trash that throws a lot. I have no.
Stop giving it air.
Okay.
That was the reason why I didn't highlight his there, Shorty.
I hope your seeing eye dog fucking gets you out the door every day correctly, bro. I really do. Hope you're allowed to take that seeing eye dog so you too, Chris Foster. Hope you guys are allowed to take your seeing eye dogs with you into fucking Starbucks. Okay. God forbid you ever actually go to a game and watch one in real time. I hope they let your seeing eye dog in the field. Sorry, I'm done. Again, the running game is now starting to work as well.
Yeah. I think
Swift
again,
just run away from the hole there. Can you go back to that? Did he just run outside because he was I won't run inside?
He's been running tough, man.
Was that Komet who missed his block on that? Or his intent to run up the gut, right?
Komet didn't maintain the block. And then Braxton, I don't even know if Braxton made it up to the linebacker or not.
But it looks like the intent is to run.
Okay.
Well,
might be.
He's bouncing out too much.
Cole Kmet's best blocks are on fucking crackbacks when he's nailing guys on picks when he shouldn't be.
For him to be such a big guy too, man, I would think that he would be a much better, head up blocker or.
Oh, that was a great play right there.
Great. That was
that out the way
right there, man.
Yes, was great
That
throw,
was nice.
great catch.
Yes,
Throw
that
and
was
catch.
nice. I concur.
This is this is the thumbnail picture for tonight's show. Is that right?
But
right.
And nobody look at Shelton on this play.
Yeah, I was about to say that too, J2K. I was about to say that too.
Let me see it. I didn't even see it.
He's getting tossed again, bro.
This is exactly what I saw from him on the Rams, and when we signed him, I was like, "Oh no, we're definitely going to sign someone else. We're definitely going to draft a center because that can't be our starting center."
Oh man.
All right, but the positive, Rome finally figures out the toe tap in bounds.
That strike on that line that last time, I blame that on that strike to that line. That was horrible.
But still, hey, if I'm going to be critical, we're going to be critical of everybody. It is a little bit of a body catch. which is not something I saw from Rome in college. I would like to see that be a little more handsy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Brandon Marshall used to do a thing that he taught Alshon Jeffries, is that when you go up to catch, you catch it with your hands up high. Don't bring it back to the body because that gives the corner a chance to knock that ball out. And I remember like the moment when all of a sudden, you know, Brandon Marshall was doing that, and then all of a sudden Alshon Jeffries like started doing that. I was like, awesome, the young kid's learning, you know.
Yep.
Then
that's what we need Cole to do right here.
Drop
his hands out. We needed him to catch it with his hands and not his fucking chest right here. That's the problem.
Someone did suggest they wondered if his view was obstructed, and I'm wondering the same. I thought it was a pure drop, but I'm not sure if there's a better angle or anything like that on this play.
I want to get to two things. Finally, you said a couple things I agreed with General Manager John.
Or can you go back to that play? I wanted to see if there was I mean, did you guys see obstruction or anything?
I did.
I see 54 coming across a little bit. So maybe for a second and the ball got in on him. When you're going to see Fred Warner.
Oh, man. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that's enough obstruction for Kmet to drop it.
What do you think about going for two right here, though? Two, right? In this position. Why did he go for two?
I understand because we were down 24 to nothing. So if we would have went, we would have had 3,
16, 24. Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense, but
3 possessions versus 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
2 versus 3 or whatever it was. Yeah.
I get it, but I don't know.
But you always question it with the Bears. Like,
yeah.
Is this really the right thing to do?
For real.
And back in the first drive of the first half, too. I'm just like, kick the field goal, man.
So General Manager John says, until the Bears address the offensive line and coaching, all you're doing is risking Caleb's health to end the season. He isn't learning anything. He's developing bad habits in the pocket and seeing goats. I can agree with you on that to a point for sure. Then he says, bench him. He isn't learning. He is learning nothing to end the season. We'll be learning a new system next season on offense. There is no benefit of playing Caleb these last 4 games unless you want inflated stats. Well, I see your point there because they're I
completely disagree. I
can see the point. I can see the point to where he's almost right in a way that he's going to learn 4 more games worth of shit, but he's also going to be learning a new offense most likely. And why not put Caleb or Tyson Bagent in there to inflate his stats, to make him, if you put 4 games out there of good football for Tyson Bagent, trade him. And then go sign a veteran quarterback to be your backup.
Let me chime in before I get back to my job of being in the chat. I'll say this. I would play Caleb these last 4 games because he needs the experience for one. But it would be a run-heavy offense because I don't want to put him in harm's way. I mean, it's going to be play action if I'm throwing a ball. I'm just not going to be just dropping him back. Give him give him the experience of running the offense, being in the NFL, but a run-heavy offense. That's what I would do.
So my response is that, okay, so you want Caleb to go through game planning. You want him, when he gets to the line, to read who the Mike linebackers. You want him to shift the offensive line. You want him to read who his alerts are if there are alerts. You want him to shift the play call if they suddenly, do something that you need to go to a run or you need an audible to a passing play. You want him to be able to learn how to throw into the zones. You want him to learn his wide receivers, his running backs, his tight ends, what type of, where they are, how quickly they are there. You want them to read defensive players, matchups.
Thank you.
You want them to go through the whole process, week in and week out, game by game, minute by minute. And those things are not a waste of time.
Right. Reading coverages and blitzes that could change from week to week. Getting that experience is vital to next, not just this season, but for his entire career. To say, like, I've seen this blitz before, and to be able to recognize it right away. Like, he's about to go and face our division for a second time. So just him getting that opportunity to face him for a second time and to show what he's learned and to make his adjustments, you know, and to see that he's recognized some of the same blitzes that they're going to send at him when he played the Vikings again on Monday, or he's seen some of the same coverages, you know, but now he'll have the better opportunity to read it quicker and to see if he's progressed and not progressed, but what word do I want to say? God, what do I want to say?
Respond.
I'm sorry, Sam. I'm
a
looking
little
at
bit further. Mm-hmm. If he wants
But
to
there's
progress,
so many things that he
develop
can
a
grow
little bit
from.
I didn't interrupt you. I'm looking at chat.
No, there's so many things that he can grow and learn. The idea of sitting Caleb, and full respect to Bears Films, because we did have this conversation Sunday night, and I think there is a sense of concern about his health given our offensive line, but that doesn't take away that there's so much he can learn through this process.
Yeah. He still
can't
needs
get better on the bench. Yeah, you can't get any better on the bench, man. This is all part of his development process, you know.
And I don't want to trade Bajent. Even if we did bench Williams and Bajent played well, I want the good backup over whatever we're going to get offered. You know, I don't think you're getting a second round pick for Bajent.
A third round pick. What about a third round pick for an
I don't think
undrafted
it's worth
free
it.
agent?
If he's a good backup, he's so young. If he's a good backup, no, to me that's important. I mean, can you guarantee you're going to find a good backup quarterback in the third round? And then the question is, aren't you just kind of replacing one thing with another thing, and there's no gain?
Mm-hmm. Great.
You got to spend money to sign a veteran. You got to use the draft pick to draft one. So
Are you what you're saying is based on him wanting to remain here as a backup quarterback? He's going on. He's an undrafted rookie free agent. This is his final year, I think. They're only on a 3-year contract.
Yeah, 3
so he'll have 1 year after this, and then he's gone. So why not showcase him for the next 4 games and get a third round pick for nothing? You draft. He wasn't drafted. You just pulled it out of thin air.
You're not getting a third for him, Shorty.
Well, okay, but even still, then what are you doing? Then what are you doing for the backup quarterback? You're spending money to sign one.
Go get fucking what's his name back? Rippins, yeah, well, someone like that.
What if he doesn't play well though? What if we put him out there? He doesn't play well.
Well, then you shut up Chris Foster. You shut up the coach of the Judah tribe. At the very least, it's worth that much.
It's worth
I don't know.
Yeah.
And you also you don't injure Caleb.
Well, couldn't the same argument be made for Rippin if you're like, oh well, Caleb's getting sacked again this year. We got 4 games left. Why don't we put Rippin in there and see how well he plays, and maybe we get a draft pick for him? It's just the cycle repeats itself, is what I'm saying. And that if you have a good backup, a young backup, I think you keep him. You know, and I think that whatever his contract's going to be when he does become a free agent, it's the same contract you're going to be paying for somebody else, right?
Yeah, but what if
I don't think 4 games is enough for him to play well, and I wouldn't be optimistic in this offense.
What if the Saints come along and offer him the chance to compete for a starting job?
Not the Saints.
You lose him.
Well, what if a unicorn flies into the stadium and starts shitting golden eggs? I mean, we can play the what if game, but it's not a golden egg until it shows up at your doorstep, is what I'm saying.
But you have to play him to make it a golden egg. And he hasn't. I'm just making an argument for.
Well, you're right.
I'm not saying I want him to play over Williams for the rest of the season. I'm saying there is a benefit to it. You could raise his stock for a trade and get possibly a 4th when he was an undrafted rookie. And in the meantime, you're also not putting your franchise quarterback in harm's way. You guarantee he's not going to be injured.
I would argue that you're pausing the development of Caleb Williams and that you're going to a high risk, low reward situation because it's not a good offense. Bajent, I think Bajent is a little bit overhyped because he's an unknown commodity. That's why we're assuming we're going to get a third.
All second string Bears quarterbacks are.
Well, right, exactly. So, I mean, if he had been lights out in the 4 games that he played, what did he have? 5 interceptions and he went 2 for 2, something like that in those games.
Mhm.
If he had been lights out, then maybe there's a question. Oh, well, maybe we do have this star backup quarterback. Still, I keep him. My opinion, I keep him.
We've done a good job of not hurting, getting Caleb hurt all the way up to this point. What makes us feel like we're going to get him hurt for these last 4 games? I just feel like his development is more important than us finding an opportunity, possibly getting an opportunity to trade Beijing.
And you've got like a 10 to 15% chance of hitting on a guy in a 3rd round, statistically. So
could end up with
trading a proven commodity for a gamble is not. I'm not the gambling man.
What's that? The NFL draft website that's like tracking the picks. What's it called? DraftNet. Oh, come on! Somebody help me out here.
What do you mean?
It's the website that has it's tracking all of the first, like all of the rankings for like all sports as far as who's in the ranking for what pick. NBA, NFL, draft something or other. Tankathon. Thank you, Bear Review.
Oh, how likely the pick will be.
I'm just curious to know where we sit.
9, I want to say.
I just want to say, guys in the chat, I appreciate you guys for all your comments. You're keeping me busy over here, so thank you very much.
So what you got the chat.
I got the chat.
156, 55.
And we do appreciate you guys. I know we all disagree about a lot of different things, and we'll debate, but I always say that all you got to do is put one Green Bay Packer in the room, and we're all going to agree, right?
Every time, all day, every day.
Well said.
Twice on Sunday.
All right, so right now we have pick 9. So let's just say we stick at 9, okay? Is it worth if he's sitting there drafting? I don't know how to say his name. Janty. Running back.
Running back.
Look, if we fix our offensive line and free agency, I have zero problem with that. I think he's the next LaDainian Tomlinson, which I was fortunate to. I'm from San Diego. Many of you guys know. I was fortunate to watch many games that he played, and I actually lived right above the stadium, and my 2 roommates were Chargers fans, so we did have season tickets. So if the Bears weren't playing, I was at the Charger game watching LT score touchdowns left and right, and I think it's a great comparison.
I will tell you guys this though: he's a running back, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
If we went after a quarterback,
he's a weapon.
If we went after a running back and not address his old line, I would be highly upset.
True. And that's why I said if we can fix the offensive line in free agency, then I would consider it. But right. I mean, it is PJ. I mean, if you go look at like not just the stats, like his yardage and stuff, which is wildly insane. It's like historic levels of like Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson historic levels. But you look at like there's the charts that show like inside run, outside run, contact within the first 3 yards, like all of these things. There's no weakness to his game.
Right.
Like he breaks tackles, he outruns people, he out-jukes people. He can run inside, outside, zone.
But can he block?
Can catch. He can block.
Is he going to be another Khalil Herbert? Right?
No, he
can block. He can catch.
Can he block as good as Joe Thomas? That's what I want to know.
Right. And if he can't, he's going to sit his ass on the bench, right? Right, Sammo, like they did with Khalil. Because I was like, why the fuck isn't Khalil Herbert playing? You're like, well, he can't block. Everyone's going to know the run of the ball. I was like, damn it, you're right.
Like as good as Gibbs is on Detroit and going into that draft, I think a lot of people were like, that's a really good running back. We all really like him. Genty is like far above that, and that's not taking anything away from Gibbs. Like this is like if you look, I hate the word generational because people use it wrong, just like they use the word literally wrong. They use generational wrong. Generational is something that takes place in a generational lifetime, meaning like your parents had you. You're a generation. When you have children, that's the next generation. That's 20 years. You know, saying
At
Caleb
least.
Williams is a generational quarterback. No, Pat Mahomes has this generation. Nobody
got
else
it
has
on
this
lock.
generation. Right?
He's a generational Bears quarterback.
Genty is
Brady.
a generational running back, and I will not use that word lightly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if they picked them either. I mean, because we can still fix the offensive line. We just have to commit to it, even with the draft, even if we have to use 2 draft picks down the line. You know, just have to be sound in your evaluation and you got to have some good coaching, which I
and you
think
have
we
to
can
respect the draft for the talent that is in the draft for that year. You can't just go, oh, okay, let's take Will Campbell because we need an offensive lineman. Are you going to take let's just say he's a Pro Bowl guard. You're going to take a Pro Bowl guard at 9 over one of the best running backs in 20 years?
Right.
Oh no, I might be tempted to. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Speed.
I know
I ain't gonna lie to you,
the line, but
We need speed.
You got to target the draft where the talent is. And
I agree with that. Though. I
a
do.
terrible year to actually be in the top 10, unless you consider Genty in the top 10, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just think that because this line has been so bad for so long, I think if he if he's still here and he drafts that running back, and Caleb's get killed again next year, they're gonna be calling for his head for real. Yeah, he'll probably get fired mid-season.
Well, of course he will, because then we'll have a new head coach. So then he'll get fired after we have a new head coach. We we have to keep the cycle going.
Well, I told you that. When we was up there clamoring for a new coach or to get rid of the quarterback last year. I was like, we're gonna repeat the cycle. Watch out! Watch what I tell you. Eberflus won't make it.
Hey man, my fist still hurts from pounding the table for Harbaugh.
that wasn't going to never happen. I mean, when I listen to Greg Gabriel, I guess he hates Harbaugh, but it's like it's no way Harbaugh was coming here. It's like no way.
Yeah, he thinks Harbaugh's a goofball.
Yeah. I may disagree with him on that. But he may know more than I do. But my whole thing is, we needed something different, and my whole I was pounding the table for. You guys don't know this, but I was pounding when we had John Fox here, and Shanahan was in Atlanta. I said, get rid of John Fox right now and bring in Shanahan.
Yep.
I own Falcons season tickets because of fucking Shanahan.
Oh wow.
I'm telling you, man. I love the way he sets up plays, man. He sets up one play to get to the next play and puts his guys in good position. God's a fantastic coach, man.
Mm-hmm.
Uses his players well, man. Everyone is used for what they're good at. I'm not asking you to do shit that you're not good at. I'm gonna ask you to do what you're good at, and we're gonna make sure that you are able to do it.
And you know what he does really well? He beats Green Bay.
Yep.
Now, see, the thing I worry about Ben Johnson. Because I see Chris Foster brought up Ben Johnson. My thing is he a leader though? Because at this point, we truly need a leader. We need a leader of men as well as, we need that. He need to. I don't know if he can run his system and lead the team. That's a question I have for him, because we need a leader, and this team is showing the lack of leadership. I think their discipline as far as penalties was better this game, but our defense was horrible because Eric Washington, I'm sorry. I like you, Eric. I really do, but you look like you were not qualified to be a defensive coordinator this game. Sorry. But yeah, we need that. So Ben Johnson, you're a great play caller, but when you was hired, you was retained from the previous staff. Then you got promoted and you slowly worked your way up. So they gave him time. See, that's what I keep on seeing Detroit, because I love the way Detroit doing it, man. They gave their guys time. I mean, even golf, because everybody's saying trade golf. You know, you got these draft picks, get rid of golf, get rid of him. I mean, he's only a bridge quarterback, and lo and behold, he had a perfect quarterback rating this year and having a great year. I mean, just so many things that I just look at it and I'm like, they are actually doing it the right way. And you got a head coach who is not a coordinator. He's not a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator. He's just a leader of men. And he letting the guys do their job, and he's instilling confidence in them. He's out there doing push-ups with them. I mean, I remember people laughed at Detroit. They laughed at Detroit for hiring Dan Campbell. He's talking about biting off kneecaps. I was
one of them.
Man, I'm saying, it's like
I laughed
this dude is sitting up here leading them, though. That's what I'm saying. He is actually leading them. It's not because he got the greatest offense or he got the greatest defense. He's not that. He's just leading. He letting the coordinators do their job. And that's what I'm saying. That's what we need, man. We need a leader for real who hire competent guys to do their job.
Really quick. Good night, Bearski Film. Good to see you again, brother.
Bearski.
I agree with you, PJ. I am starting.
By the way, also, I'm sorry to interrupt you really quick. Let's just say also we have a new one in here. Bear Film Review. Thanks for hanging out with us too. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Always shout out the new guys. So I'm curious what you guys think about it. I'm going to preface this. If he learned from his experience in Miami, would you guys consider Brian Flores head coach, defensive coordinator, and Josh McCown as offensive coordinator?
Yes, absolutely.
Josh McCown, yes.
No, I don't. You said Flores as a defensive coordinator,
head coach, defensive coordinator,
head coach.
And
with
then,
what he did with Tua?
Josh McCown.
That's why
he's the QB coach, technically offensive coordinator over in Minnesota, but he's not calling plays. O'Connell is calling plays. But
Josh McCown as a coach, yes.
No,
he's learned from
Brian
that
Flores.
though, man.
You're saying no on Brian Flores.
I say no to Brian Flores simply because, and I take this personally, I hated how he did to it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do a person like that, let alone a quarterback. You don't disrespect them, and no, you don't do that, bro. Sorry.
Now, God forgave, and people evolve. People can evolve, though. So I'm hoping that he's evolved and learned from that.
Hopefully,
he apologized. He didn't run from it. He
did he apologize
for it? Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I missed that part. So my apologies. I missed that part.
Somewhere at the beginning of the season, I think Tua came out and said something about it, and he apologized for it. He said that he didn't know that that's how it came on, or that's what
okay, I can respect that.
What's happening in the moment or whatever.
Okay.
But I don't expect him to have the same issue that he had with Tua with Caleb, though. Even though, like you said, right is right, wrong is wrong. But I think he learned from that situation and evolved from it. I think he's a hell of a coach, and he knows how to motivate his players. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody who's going to be able to motivate each player. Each player is not motivated the same. You want to get the best out of each player on your roster. And it's not just, giving everybody nicknames. That shit doesn't work. I got to figure out what motivates you as a person and how to get the best out of you.
How about we just skip Brian Flores and just go right to Josh McCown as head coach?
Hold on now. What has he proven, though?
I need to see his staff. I think Brian Flores has been around enough that he can build the staff. That's part of it. And PJ, I prefaced the whole thing with if Brian Flores has learned from his ways, if he is a changed person. And like Sammo was saying, he did apologize. If that is the case and it was genuine, you got to love the intensity he coaches with, and you got to love the scheme that he's brought to the NFL. And then if you marry Caleb to Josh McCown, who, been in the NFL, he's been with some great play callers. He's moved up the ladder, so to speak, bring that Kevin O'Connell offensive system. He was with Frank Reich. I mean, he's been around for a while now. to me, it seems like a really good combination. A little bit better than, who does Ben Johnson bring in as defensive coordinator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking Robert Saleh as our defensive coordinator.
What? No super
All right.
chats?
Who he
like
can
Saleh.
actually, who would be the actual head coach? I really can't say that I really found one that other than McVay and Shanahan, of course. But other than who's actually available right now, I can't say because I'm not there with Ben. I'm just not. But I am there with Robert Saleh for the defense coordinator.
We got another $5 super chat. Thank you, Hector Zambrano. I think Ben Johnson learned a lot about the Bears during their game. What do you
So
mean
I got
by
a question
that?
for you guys.
Good or bad?
If Ben Johnson wants
you,
to come
Hector.
here, he
Thank you
wants
very much, Victor.
multi-year contract, and he wants $15 million per year. Is the rumor?
Ben
Do
Johnson?
you sign him up for a 5-year, $15 million guaranteed contract as a
Absolutely
coach?
not.
No.
Absolutely not. That's $75 million.
That man
For
is
one.
tripping.
And for two, my biggest issue is I don't know if he's a leader. Is he an Eberflus, a good coordinator, but can't lead men? I mean, that's what I'm really getting to. It's like, I don't know. I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm not saying he's a bad one. I just don't know. I don't see, when I'm seeing him on the sideline, he's not, I'm not seeing a guy who's like really commanding that sideline over there with the guys. I mean,
He's not biting off kneecaps.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not seeing it, so I'm like,
His offensive line is so good.
because
How can
you be a great
Mhm.
play caller, but are you leading these guys and instilling confidence? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know, and I hate it that I don't know because I know he's a hot name, but I'm like saying to myself, I just don't know about that guy.
And
I
that's
don't.
why you can't give him that money because a good OC doesn't equal good head coach. We've seen that. We've seen that play out
Yes.
multiple times for us. And I would not want to pay a guy for what? An inexperienced head coach, we're going to pay him $15 million a year. And I think that's the same amount that Jim Harbaugh is getting paid right now. Harbaugh's been to a Super Bowl. Harbaugh's won college championships. Harbaugh's developed quarterbacks, not just one. You know, we've seen Harbaugh develop multiple quarterbacks. So no,
Yes.
like your resume doesn't equal to that. It's not built up. So I would allow, whatever other team is willing to take that risk because that's what you're doing. You're rolling the dice again and hoping that it all works out if you decide to do this. And if it doesn't work out, then we're screwed. Then we just screwed up Caleb Williams. And that just doesn't make sense. We need to be able to get out of a bad situation. That hinders us from getting out of a bad situation if we need to right away. Because we just saw the McCaskey say, "Oh, we don't want to fire Flus because he's on a 5-year deal." No, fuck that. We need to be able to get out of a bad situation, especially from a new guy. I like the Josh McCown thing though. I do like Josh McCown. I just remember, when Josh McCown was a player here. When they were saying that he was coaching players in the hotel and all of that good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And everywhere he's gone,
And he was good with
about
he
him.
was good with everyone around him. He was a people person.
Yeah.
He knew how to he was just good with everyone.
Can I get him to be a coordinator first, though?
I agree. Yeah, he probably needs to be a
Hey.
coordinator first.
Did you need Dan Campbell to be one? Lions fans?
Not everybody. For one, I don't think we
Sure.
have the patience that Detroit had with Dan Campbell. Because if Dan Campbell would have came to the Bears like he did to the Lions, after his 3rd year, he probably would have got fired. Because we don't have the patience.
I agree with a lot of you guys' point on Ben
Sure.
Johnson. My biggest thing, and actually what I'm looking for in a head coach, is who is he going to bring with him? Who is he coached with? And who, what kind of talent? You look at Ben Johnson's history and where his tree comes from. He's Adam Gase disciple. Adam Gase, Mike Mark's disciple, right? You go look at the coaching staff in Miami when Ben Johnson was over there as a wide receiver coach. Outside of Dan Campbell, you probably won't recognize a single name.
Wow.
So who is he pulling coaches from? Detroit's not going to give us a bunch of coaches,
Nope.
right? So who do you got? I mean, I think one of my concerns is a lot of fans are just looking at the head coach name. And that's it. We need Mike Vrabel. He's been around. Now, Mike Vrabel has actually had 2 good offensive coordinators in his tenure. I think LaFleur and someone else who I'm forgetting their name. Maybe
Arthur Blank or Arthur
Arthur, right? Arthur.
maybe
Smith.
yeah.
Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith, yeah.
Arthur Smith.
Right. So okay, so there's some evidence, and I think that he's been around enough that he could build a good coaching staff. You know, I look at Brian Flores. He's been around enough that I think he could also build a good coaching staff. And that, you know, with Josh McCown going from QB coach to offensive coordinator with us, you know, Vikings kind of can't stop that unless Josh McCown wants to go into a non-play caller offensive coordinator role where he's just a pseudo QB coach, you know. And I don't think Kevin O'Connell is going to be a jerk and go, "Oh, I'm going to stop you from this great opportunity to be an offensive coordinator."
I want to get to what King Buka brought up here a minute ago. Where is it? It says, also, fellas, some folks are asking for Flores for head coach, but I feel the teams are starting to catch up with his defensive scheme. What say you?
They are a little bit. He has been getting caught up with it a little bit. I think teams have played a little bit better, but, you know, he got some guys hurt on his defense too. So it's not the same without what's the guy that left last year?
Oh, Hunter.
They replaced Hunter. Yeah, it's not the same without Daniel Hunter. But
I guess my biggest issue with it is honestly, we have to change schemes. I mean, change players, and therefore, how far do that set us back? Gotta revamp the whole defense.
That's true.
I disagree with that. I think that Flores has come in here and use the talent that we have it and run a scheme. I think if anything, I mean, people are watching, you know, Flores like, okay, yeah, teams aren't necessarily figuring him out as much. I think that he made so much more out of so little that his scheme was such a surprise to teams that he was winning on like scheme alone and what these guys were doing. And now that people are going, okay, we're figuring out your scheme a little bit more, but I don't think he has the talent, the draft picks, the free agent signings on that defense to where he could be. I think we have far more talent on our defense that if he comes in here and he molds a scheme around the players that we have, you know, I think he could even have a far better defense.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well, that's the all 22 for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope hope you enjoyed it because you aren't able to watch it, so you're watching it with us, and so we appreciate you guys for doing that. Bob Sweet, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yes, thank you guys. I didn't get a chance to really see the film, but I've been working the chat.
Oh, that's a better one. I'm writing down these timestamps. 2:18. All right. As I like to say, 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
Man.
You mean 2 hours and 18 minutes? What was the first one I wrote down? Oh, 1:56. I gotta make audio clips of that shit. I'm working on the chat. Well, I mean, I think I think we all made some good points tonight. You guys in chat are awesome. You guys made a lot of good points as well. You know, there's 4 games left, right? So all we can hope for. Good night, Slick Sophistication. Thanks for hanging out with us. God bless you and your families too.
Slick.
Chad saying loved watching the film. Thank you, Chad. And Furious saying always love the show and enjoy everyone in the chat. Made this bad game fun. Thank you, I'm Furious. Is it pronounced Amphiarus or Amphiarus? It might be Amphiarus. Because the I before the A.
Yeah, good to see you again, O'Toole.
O'Toole, thank you
And
for
to
hanging
everybody
out.
in the chat, as always. So I
O'Toole.
appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, Triple R hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for hanging Sports Chicago Style. Thanks for you guys got to go check out Sports Chicago Style.
He's hit the first one, bro.
Trips. Mm-hmm.
Triple R is a legend, and you must check out his YouTube page. He is a brilliant mind.
Absolutely brilliant mind.
Yes, it is actually
ridiculous.
thoroughly entertaining. It's also full of great information, whether it's Bears football, it's cooking, whether you want a good workout. This guy has got it all, man. Appreciate you, Triple R.
Yeah, man. Check out Sports Chicago Style. Check out his channel, Triple R's channel. It is awesome. I mean, it is really good stuff. Kudos to you for putting it all together yourself, my friend. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I do want to say thanks to everyone who was in the chat. I think the most I've seen, I think at one time was 77 people. Thank you guys for spending your Tuesday night with us. Appreciate you listening to us talk, go over a little bit of film. Thank you guys so much.
Sammo, you have any games left on you going any games this season?
No. I'm not wasting money for any of these games.
Because I'll be wearing I got 2 left. I'll be wearing mine backwards.
I am not going to waste any money, man, on any games, man. This year, I'll just save that for next year.
Just look for the section that everyone is wearing their Bears jerseys backwards on when you on TV. That's going to be my section.
That'd be nice. Or you going to a home game? I don't know. I might find if I find some cheap tickets or game time, I'll hit a home game. But I'm not trapping. I'm definitely not trapping.
Oh yeah, no, we're going to the Lions game and the Seahawks game.
Yeah, I think about that. Yeah, the Lions game sounds nice.
I want to think about that too. No,
Shorty, if you could get your whole section to turn their jersey around and get a pic with them all, that would be so great, man.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Come on, man, turn your jerseys around and we in protest of the fucking McCaskies. Everyone would be like, "Oh shit!"
Right away, everyone's like,
"Let me get a picture." There we go. Yeah, we got Jason UK Bears from the British Bears Show coming out the 18th, and his girlfriend's birthday is the 23rd. My birthday is the 25th, so he's coming out. They're staying in Chicago for a week and then hanging out with us for Christmas. That's going to be a lot of fun. Although he's a vegan, so I can't. No Italian beefs, no deep dish pizza.
We got to get Chad to a football game here, guys.
You've never been to a Bears home game at Soldier Field? Where do you live in the area? I'm not asking. I don't want you to tell us where you live, but you live in Chicagoland. Could you go easily?
Within an hour of the stadium?
Yeah, within an hour of the stadium. Can you catch a train there?
Yeah, we'll do a GoFundMe page.
Utah.
Oh, he lives in Utah.
Oh man.
We can get Chris Watts from the UK, but we can't get you from Utah, brother. Sorry, that's too far.
Yeah, you saw the British Bears Show today, Chad. Chris Watts, who wasn't on the show today, we started a GoFundMe for him last year and raised enough money to bring him to Chicago. He saw 2 games. He was on the Fox Morning Show as Super Fan of the Week. He was interviewed by Larry Mayer. We both were. There was a section in the Bears on ChicagoBears.com. There was an article about him coming here. We went on the field together and waved the flag. That was pretty cool. So that was pretty fun. So maybe we'll have to start a GoFundMe for you.
Now, I want to go back to what Hector said earlier. If Eric Washington would have coached better this last game, I was on board, and because I was thinking, I was like, if Thomas Brown's our head coach, he need a good assistant head coach. And I was thinking about Leslie Frazier. I'm like, maybe he could come in and help him with, head coaching responsibilities before he can pay a little bit more closer attention to Caleb. But after this game, though, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to hold off on that thought.
One guy we don't talk about, man, is Chico, Ron Rivera. What do you guys think about Ron Rivera coming back and coaching the Bears? He got
head coach
Carolina. Yeah, I mean, he got Carolina to a Super Bowl. You know, things didn't go so well for him in Washington, but that wasn't all on him. They were just drafting bad players too, and they didn't have a quarterback. And they actually did have some good years there. So I don't know.
I will say this though. If I'm going to go for an older guy as my head coach, Dave Tobe.
Over Chico.
Because he's a leader. I ain't saying Chico isn't, but I think he'll be enthusiastic enough to sit up there and really put a lot of effort. Whereas this would be Chico's third time being a head coach. Kind of give me the John Fox vibes. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, give me the John Fox vibe. So I'd rather go with an enthusiastic older guy if that's what I'm going to do.
Chico as defensive coordinator, though.
Yeah.
I think he's done. I think Chico's done.
Yeah, actually, I kind of agree with PJ there because I feel like what happened in Washington kind of took a lot out of him.
Yep.
And right now, just
and everything. Yeah.
The way I see him right now, he looked very much like a retired coach.
He interviewed the other day. He says he's interested.
What?
Really?
He did an interview the other day. Yeah, he's interested.
All right. Man, you got to check
him out
a little more.
He still wells their so he told a story about the Bears rings, man. Fucking McCaskey's there and shit, man. So you just tell you guys the story real quick. People had to get the Super Bowl rings where some people have like these really huge rings and some people have really small rings because the McCaskeys saved $1,500 per ring by giving some of the players smaller rings.
Oh wow.
Ridiculous. So some guys have really big rings and a lot of guys have really small versions of the same ring. And then he said that they had to pay for like pendants for their wives and mothers. So he said he bought a pendant for his wife and he bought one for his mother. And when his mother passed, he now wears the pendant from the '85 championship on his neck every day, he says. So
that's crazy.
That's going to resonate with the Bears when he goes to interview with them and he talks to them. And they're like, yeah, I've been wearing this for the past 10 years or so, since my mother passed. And, I'd love to come back and, right the ship and all of that stuff. I just know how the McCaskeys are going to look at him and be like, Chico, he has some success here.
Consultant role. Maybe he's interested in something like that.
We're all here. Let's all come up with the dorkiest, worst possible candidate we can come up with right now. Because put them on the list.
The worst?
Mark Trestman.
No, but find someone similar that you can think of. Like
similar to Mark Trestman. Oh man.
Some dorky Dick Duran looking dude it's gonna be the
Dick Duran looking dude. Oh,
either they're gonna overcompensate by trying to go get Bill Belichick.
Nah, man,
or they're going to go right after the next dork you can pick out of a lineup.
Oh, Chip Kelly for you.
Yeah, he got a good one, Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly is not dorky enough, O'Toole.
Oh, not dorky enough. Oh man, this is a good one.
The Bear Review. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. He says Mike LaFleur. Who's that?
Matt LaFleur's brother.
Yeah, I heard that he was pretty decent. He's out there with McVay. Is he out there with McVay?
Well,
no, I'm asking you guys. You guys are coming up with good names. Lincoln Riley. I mean, that's a decent.
Kelly.
Joe Kelly. No, I'm talking. Think of the worst you can think of. Like
Getsy.
I said Getsy. Yeah.
Right.
That's
the dorkiest looking guy you can think of. That's going to be
dorky. Like, I mean, a bad decision would be like Matt Patricia.
Yeah, that like Matt Patricia. Yeah,
Josh McDaniels.
That'd be pretty
Josh
bad.
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. Oh no.
I think I would stop being a Bears fan if that happened.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right? And be like, what happened to BCP?
Yeah, for real. I'd like.
I don't know. That channel was Watch him every Thursday. It just fucking disappeared.
Man.
Oh man, I mean, whoever it is, once we get the candidates narrowed down, I promise you, it's gonna be you. You will all know who it is. You will all know who it is.
Isn't there
That's
a
the
rumor
assignment
right
for
now?
next week. Nathaniel Hackett, yeah, he's definitely on that list.
There's a rumor right now that it's basically, what is it? It's Flores, Vrabel, Johnson, and Joe Brady, I think, are the four that we're looking at.
Sounds
now,
about right. Marcus Freeman,
knows?
too.
No, I guess he's not on the list.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
Yeah, I think there's these four candidates that I've seen. Just a lot of people are, they might be just parroting everybody else or something on Twitter. Who knows? But it seems like those are the candidates that we're requesting interviews with. Don't be surprised about Joe Brady, because I think he worked with Bill Polin, who was the consultant for us last, or when we hired Flus, right?
Well, of course, because we're going to get another consulting firm hired by Bill Polian or run by Bill Polian again. And he'll drop some other dildo into our lap, and they'll just fall in love with that dildo. Because that's
okay, I got a name for you guys. Who was that special teams coach we had? Was it Tabor?
Tabor, oh, yeah. Chris Tabor. Chris Tabor is pretty dorky. That is a good one. That's a damn good one. That's a damn good one right there.
Bill Lazor? You gonna bring back Bill Lazor?
Bill Lazor was pretty dorky looking.
Oh, I got a good one. How about what's his name? What was that short offensive coordinator we had for a hot minute?
Oh, Dow Loggins.
Dow Loggins, yeah.
Dow Loggins. Little L.
You guys keep me waking up every morning going, no, that's Kenny Loggins, not Dowell Loggins. Oh. Well, I just
know what though? I'll tell you what, Inferior's got now Vic Fangio, I wouldn't mind him as a head coach as long as he has the right offensive coordinator, because he's a leader and he runs a good system. Now, that'd be another older guy I wouldn't be opposed to.
So why didn't you out in Denver? Eugene,
but he had Hackett though. Hackett, come on.
Oh, okay.
He had Nathaniel Hackett as his offensive coordinator. That's what I'm saying. Give me the right guy with him. Yes.
Just that you didn't want to change the system though. We got to change the system, then.
At this point, man,
you know, for Vic I'll do it. I would too, though.
Yeah, for Vic, I'll do it.
You know, Vic's gonna get him right.
And Vrabel also runs a 3-4, so that would also be a change of system, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So all these 3-4 guys.
Yeah.
I think Flores could be a 4-3 guy, or at least utilize this team's talents in a way that he can make a defense.
No matter what it's going to be, it's definitely going to be It's definitely going to have the flipping of from a 3-4 back to a 4-3 involved, isn't it? Because that's what we're going to do.
Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator for Dallas for a little bit.
Back in
I think he's OC for Eagles. I'm talking about bad OCs, so that's not like a.
What do you guys think about this pairing? Vic Fangio, head coach, Thomas Brown, offensive coordinator.
I love Thomas Brown. I think it's still too soon for him.
For an offensive coordinator?
Yeah. I mean, put it this way. I would rather Josh McCown than Thomas Brown. Just because it's a quarterback who's been with a lot of offensive coordinators that I've really liked. Thomas Brown has as well, but he's come from the running back coach side of things. I think either are just as much of a gamble. Like, I don't know that much about them. I'm not so entrenched. I'm not like an NFL guru or whatever. So I would lean a little more towards Josh McCown. If we could have both of them in the building somehow, I'd love that.
I don't want see. I think Josh McCown's going to make a fucking great head coach one day, and I wouldn't want to lose him as our offensive coordinator to some other team where he became the head coach.
About Nagy?
I'm not even going to get into that. I have zero thought.
Don't want to.
I ain't seen Bex all night, but he came and said no.
I had that queued up, J2K, just for the bear review when he said Matt Nagy Redux, and I was gonna repeat that and go.
I'm not even going to get into that. I have zero thought.
I had my finger on the button when you said that. I mean, if we're talking names out of a hat, like upcoming, like, why wouldn't you want to have like maybe Clint Kubiak or something who has his dad to lean on for certain things, or
he has failed miserably down in New Orleans.
But something like a name like that, where like that's the name that comes to my mind is Josh McCown. Just why not just bypass all? Dan Campbell got bypassed. That never was a coordinator. Got bypassed. Became a head coach, leader of men. Josh McCown could be that guy. I like we talked about JTK and like how he held that team together under the Trestman era.
But let me ask you guys this: seeing as though you bring it up, McCown, do you think he's a leader of men, or he just a cool guy to be with? That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting more the vibe of, you know what, he's cool, but can he lead us? I don't know if he can lead. He's a cool guy.
Can he be demanding? Can he be a disciplinarian? That part is the part that you don't. Can't see it in his personality. You can't see that in his personality.
Yeah, because is he going to be cool like Eberflus, give everybody nicknames? I mean, what is he going to be doing?
Right.
That's the question I have.
I got you. That does make sense.
Well,
but I think
Shorty.
you need that. Like him a lot.
I think you need that in your head coach. Like, I don't think your head coach needs to actually be a play caller. And I don't really care if he's offensive or defensive. Head coach needs to be a leader of men. That's why I think McCown as offensive coordinator, is a great option, because I think he's more of an X and O guy, but he's also a ex-player who's been working with other NFL players for so long. I think he knows how to talk to people, knows how to teach.
But do you need a teacher as a head coach or as an offensive coordinator?
Offensive coordinator.
Because to me, if you a great teacher as a head coach, how does that translate into actually being a leader? Because not all leaders are great teachers, and not all teachers are great leaders. So,
head coach can't be in all the rooms at once.
True.
So I think that you're really looking at, like, that's why I think staff is very important to me in picking the head coach, because it's going to be Josh McCown's in that quarterback room. He's going to be designing an offense that the wide receiver coach and the running back coach and the tight end coach and the offensive line coach is going to take and implement. Mm-hmm. So leader of men, head coach, X's and O's, offense, defensive coordinator, and down the line, the position coaches.
I like what Hector says here. Mike Ditka and Dan Campbell are identical coaches. You know what? That's very true, because on the hit to Caleb Williams in the Lions game, which I wasn't a fan of course. I would have been a fan of it if I was a Lions fan. And the fact that Dan Campbell came out and said to the refs before the game, you guys hear about that? He said, he told his players he likes to tiptoe like he's running out of bounds and then get an extra 5 or 6 yards. He's like, hit him. Don't hit him before he even has that chance. And he told the refs that we're going to do this. So just be aware of it. And they did it, and they didn't get a call for it. Mm-hmm. Like that's just the kind of
which you need to have.
Yeah,
as a coach,
nuts you need to have. Like against the Packers, he goes for it on 4th down, gets it, ends the game. Just God, I'm so jealous of your head coach, O'Toole.
Big kahunas. What about Eric Bieniemy?
Eric Bieniemy looks like a swollen tick. It's too hard to dig over.
Now,
I think there's skeletons in his closet, and he didn't pull it off in college.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I can see a scenario of him being an offensive coordinator with the right leader as a head coach because he's strict and he's hard on his players. So if you got a strict, hard on his players type of offensive coordinator, then you can have an easier going head coach. But I just talked myself, honestly, I just talked myself into Vic Fangio. I really did. I've talked myself into that because I'm like, you know what? We don't have to worry about the defense then. Now we just need to get an offensive coordinator who can actually work with Caleb, and that's your job, sir. Get him right because you got the defense.
You do have to worry about the defense because now you have a 2-year rebuild on the defense, switching back to a 3-4.
Hey man,
that's 2 years.
I'd say it was a perfect idea.
What?
about
one more
Staley?
question. One more question. What other head coaches you think are going to get fired? And do you see any of those head coaches becoming coordinators? So let's just think. We know New York is like
lose the rest of their games this year. Shanahan might.
I don't think they're gonna fire Shanahan, man.
I'm just joking.
I wanted to think so at first. I was, but after this weekend,
push that real hard.
Doug, who's the Jacksonville head coach? Doug Peterson.
Oh, Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson.
He's out of there.
He's out of there. Dabo is out of there.
Would you take him as
New
OC?
York? New York, huh?
Oh yeah, he's out of
Dabble?
there. Yeah,
Dabble. Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with Dable. Like
me either.
Yeah,
watching him on Hard Knocks,
he's
just
a
I don't
dick.
know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like his personality, man.
Trashy, bad attitude, putting his feet on the couch, talking to people like.
Yeah,
you saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Not like the way he talking. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling him at
Who
all.
else?
What about Rex Ryan?
Oh God,
I
please!
did hear he wanted to go back to coaching.
I like Rex Ryan.
I don't know. I just don't know where he's at nowadays. Right?
Yeah.
Is he down for the grind or not? Right?
That's the question. Whether or not he's down for the grind.
But I bet he can put together a good staff, though. I know that.
He might be able to.
I told you guys.
He's been out of football for a while, though. I'm not sure about that.
I don't want him anyway. But
that Vic Fangio
getting fired.
You know what? I would love Robert Saleh as our defensive coordinator. In the next regime, that'd be a good pickup there.
Yeah, if I can't get Fangio, I would go with Saleh as a defensive coordinator, whichever guy we go. But
he's a 3-4 guy too, right?
Huh?
Is he a 3-4 guy?
No, he's a 4-3.
4-3. All right.
Yeah, he's a 4-3.
Oh yeah.
So I got a name for you guys: ex-Chicago Bears player who's an up-and-coming coach.
Chris Harris.
Yeah,
Chris Harris is nice.
Passing game coordinator and defensive backs coach.
Yep.
Double duty.
Wow.
I thought we were going to hire Chris Harris, man. I
never thought he would actually be a great head coach because he played so happy and so free and so wild. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I just thought he was just a player's player, like, just stick his head into any pile or whatnot. But man, he's proven to be an X and O, good teacher, all that kind of stuff.
Where's Mike Brown?
He was always where he was supposed to be on the field. I didn't notice that about him. Like
right.
You could tell.
Where's Mike Brown?
He's probably in bed right now.
I think we saw. I saw Mike Brown on. Wasn't he at the Hall of Fame game? I think that was my first time seeing him since he retired, man. I saw a picture of him with Lovie Smith.
Now, Mike Brown was a heck of a leader.
Yeah,
I liked him as a leader. So I don't know how he would be as a coach, but I like him.
What about I got another name for you guys. Thomas Jones, running back.
Isn't he acting? Isn't he in the acting right now though?
I think he is, but I mean, you talk about intensity and professionalism and getting guys up in the morning ready to play and fired up, like attitude. He kind of had it all.
Deion Sanders.
He's huge now too, man. Have you seen him? That dude is so huge. Whoa.
Yeah, he's backed up. Sanders is an interesting one because I really think he's waiting for that Cowboys head coaching job to open up before he leaves Colorado. But he's made a point, and I know, I don't know, tongue in cheek, but he says he's not a follower of men, so he's not going to follow his sons into the NFL. He's not going to follow Shador to whatever team he goes to, or
I don't believe it.
His other son, but I think he's waiting for that Dallas job to eventually open.
Oh yeah,
up.
he'll never come to the cold. He's already bitched and complained about the cold.
He's definitely not coming to Chicago.
No.
way.
I'll say this. I believe this. Wherever Shador goes, he'll follow him 2 years later.
Yep, he wants to go
That's
to
what I
Vegas.
believe. I really believe that.
Yep.
I really believe that.
He's going to hot weather, warm weather Vegas. So
He's pushing for Dallas.
Hey, but I really believe. I mean, so I don't believe 1 second that he won't follow his sons around. Yes, he will.
You know, what's really interesting, actually, Sammo just brought it up. Vegas, Shador Sanders, Deion Sanders head coach, Tom Brady, minority owner, right? Part owner.
Yeah,
I mean, that
makes sense.
Sounds like a Vegas thing to do.
Sounds like a movie script, right?
Yep.
It's a movie script.
That does right there. Yeah,
So what if this happens? What if this happens? I mean to cut you off. So let's say that Cincinnati fires Zach Taylor so that they can get Ben Johnson.
Well,
that's an interesting one.
He has Joe Burrow though, man. He hasn't done shit with him and Jamar Chase. His offensive line is worse than ours.
Good point.
Ours.
But is that on him? Like the offensive line is bad, and they're scoring points, and they're losing games at the end of games but they're putting up numbers. Like I trust him with the quarterback. I trust him as an offensive coordinator.
I saw a statistic that said if they changed one possession per game, where would teams rank? Like change one possession to the positive, and in one game per team. And I think the Bears were second at 4 wins, and the Bengals were number 1 at 6 wins. They would have 6 more wins than losses this year, and that's how close Cincinnati has been to having a much better record.
Well, guys, before we hit the 3-hour mark, why don't we wrap this shit up? It's going on 1 a.m. for me, so
you don't want to continue to pontificate.
Right.
I got to pontificate in 2 more nights. I got to save some pontification.
You got to save some for later.
Save it for the chat.
Nah, this was good, man. Good show.
It's always a pleasure doing this with you guys. You guys are a lot of fun to hang out on a Tuesday night and watch Bears losses with.
At least we make it fun.
Yeah, that we do. Guys, you guys in chat are awesome tonight, blowing shit up. Triple R, O'Toole hanging out with us again. Our new resident Lions fan. We got, I think Mr. Mayhem was in here tonight. Chad Speaker, our new resident DVD.
And Barry is sports Chicago style tour. Chad Speaker, Antmus, Sports Chicago style. Hector Zambrano, thank you for the super chats. Chris Foster, Mr. Shorty, whoever that guy is.
we got. Well, let's thank everybody. We got Chad. Chad Speaker became a member and he gifted a membership to Cliff Victoria. So thank you, Chad. Chicago Sports Podcast, $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much.
Oh, I missed that one. My fault.
Hector Zambrano with 2 $5 super chats.
Yes.
Thank you.
We get to keep the lights on. Thank you.
Thank you, Hector.
Hector's
so much.
Hector comes in hot every week with those. Hector, I want to personally say thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Hector. We appreciate that, man. Really do appreciate that because, Shorty really does his thing with this, doing what he do. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you.
We are we're currently we're close to launching a website, and there will be some merch available to you guys. I don't want to go too crazy with the swag, but if you guys do like it won't be this BCP logo. It'll just be the BCPC logo, but we're thinking of some cool stuff to do with it. Just nothing super fancy, coasters and shit like that. Something that you might enjoy just as a piece of BCP paraphernalia if you guys like the channel that much. And it seems like you guys do because you're here with us all the time.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of options for you guys. Lots of different hoodies, zip ups, t-shirts, you name it. It'll be available. So keep coming back when that thing goes live. We'll show you guys, and it's a great way to help the channel and great way to support us and also share your love for BCP.
I hate
And to be swagged out, looking good,
Swagadocious.
representing drip.
I would love-
That's what they
I would
call
love
it now.
to get-
These young boys call it drip.
Man.
And we got a Caleb hoodie just for Chris Foster.
I would,
On the
Zach,
house. That's
one of our chatters made this for me.
And haven't seen him since.
That is dope.
Zach
That
Sullivan
was-
made this out of wood.
you know, that is
Yeah.
dope, man.
This
So
is
you haven't seen him since.
Haven't seen him since.
Wow.
no, he's been in here since. He hasn't been in here in a while though, but this is pretty
nice.
cool. I don't know if
It
we'll have
is.
these available to you guys because he'd have to make them for you, but he made this, milled it, painted it, and everything, just out of the kindness of his heart, and mailed it to me. That was so cool of him.
And
Yeah,
he's
good
still
man,
not hanging
Zach.
it up.
Zach is.
Yeah, you guys are the reason why we do this.
And
So
you're still not hanging it up.
I don't
All that hard work.
explain to myself. I have to show you my room. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Fucker.
You know I just give you a hard time, bro.
I'm like, I'm gonna have Zach make one for you so you can hang it behind you on the wall. You're like, nope.
Show won't. Well, you see what I got on my wall back there? That fine-looking gentleman right there.
Yeah, who's that young man?
That young whippersnapper back there, man.
35 years ago. Hey!
And it's-
I could send you a BCP hat. You'd be like, doesn't fit.
Hey, at least you know me.
You ate that damn cheeseburger I bought you though.
Tore that mug up, didn't I? Tore it up.
All right, guys. Well, we will be returning PJ and I this Thursday with Foster and Carl producing the show for us. And in the meantime, we will catch you again next Tuesday for. Wait, yeah, I'll be in a hotel in Chicago. I think we might be able to do this. If not, you guys can though.
But the Bears play Minnesota next Monday night?
Monday night.
Monday night, yeah.
So we will have the all 22 by Tuesday.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I believe so. I think it all comes out same day, Tuesday, but
It might not be available, but
if not, we'll be here Wednesday. With or without Shorty, we'll make it happen, you guys. We'll be here.
yeah, I'm traveling. I live in the Atlanta area right now, so I'm traveling back home to Chicago this weekend for Christmas, and I'll be staying in a hotel next week. So I'm not sure how easy it will be for me to do all that, but we'll see if I can. If not, you guys did it before without me.
Yeah, we'll bring you on as a guest
Oh, that'd be
Figure
cool.
it out.
on your own show.
Yeah,
A
I'll have
special,
to-
Like
Special
that
guest.
phone shorty.
Shorty.
Phone shorty.
I'll go hang out outside the hotel on the picnic bench in the cold.
Only Shorty.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys in chat. You guys are awesome. You are seriously awesome. You guys blew it up tonight. We loved hanging out with you guys. Thank everyone for your generous donations to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you again in 2 nights on our normal Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time show. Our guest is Kenneth Davis, formerly of NBC Sports Chicago. No longer part of that, which pisses me off.
Yeah, I just gotta hang out with the guy there.
That sucks.
Kenneth Davis is awesome, though, man.
Yeah, he is.
Formerly
Yeah.
from the Under Center podcast.
Yep.
great guy.
Oh,
Yeah, he's cool.
I love Kenneth, man.
Cool dude, man.
Can't wait to chalk it up with him, man. That's gonna be fun.
Did you say chalk it up with him?
I said chalk it up with him.
Chop.
Chop it up?
Yeah.
Chalk it
Chop
up.
it up.
Chop it up.
It's not
Yeah.
chalk.
It's not chalk. It's chop. Chop. Chop.
There's a guy I work with says, I don't believe you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do some
Chalk it
diagrams
up.
on a chalkboard, okay, go
Is
ahead.
it chalk it up or chop it up?
It's chop.
Chop it up.
All right, we'll debate that in 2 nights.
Chalk it up is like chalk it up to the game or something like that.
Oh, chop it up to the game. Oh, not chalk it up, huh?
Chalk it up. Chalk
It's
it up.
chalk it up to the game, but
Chalk
chop
it
it
up
up when you're talking to somebody. You're chopping it
Oh,
up.
we're gonna. Okay, fair enough.
Chop it up.
All right, fair enough.
Bear review. Hey, look, the bear review.
Thank you, Bear.
confirmed it.
Thank you, the Bear Review. I think this is the first time we've seen you tonight, so thank you for hanging out with us. Hope you
You
come
said
back and
something
hang out
earlier.
with us again. I know, but I didn't acknowledge him. Damn you! Damn, getting all over my ass.
Let these
Oh, man.
people.
I love you, PJ.
I know you do.
You're my guy. All right, guys. Well, we will see you guys in 2 nights. You guys have a great night. Wait, I'm not even prepared. This is I'm normally used to having Carl here. There we go. We'll see you guys in 2 nights. You guys, are we gonna end this on a 1, 2, 3 Bears, or should we even bother?
1, 2, 3, do better.
Please do.
All right.
We always bear
Make it
down,
happen.
even if it's
Make
a
it
bad
happen.
season, even
A
if
1,
it's garbage. We always
a
bear
2, a 3.
Do better.
Bears.
Bears.
Bear down.